Daniel Blair and his Main Event Moto podcast, part of the Racer X podcast network. First, a word from some sponsors. Air Medcare Network. What if you're hospitalized with an injury far from home? You'd want to recover close to family and friends, and with an Air Medcare Network Fly You Home membership, you'll have control of where you're treated. You'll be transported to your local hospital of choice with no out-of-pocket cost, and you can now save $10 with the offer code 10MOTO. That's 10MOTO. Visit airmedcarenetwork.com/RacerXoffer1. That's the number 1 to get that $10 off your membership. Essentially, it allows you, if you get injured at a race and you're not close to home, you can get flown back to where you live so you can work out of a hospital that's local, which is a lot more convenient for family and friends. Also by Maxxis Tires. You already know that Maxxis delivers the best tires for your bike, but did you know that Maxxis also offers high-quality tires for your car, light truck, trailer, ATV, mountain bike, and much, much more? Maxxis Tires will let you hook up, pull the whole shot, and beat your competition in any terrain or conditions. Just ask the king, Jeremy McGrath. To learn more, go to Maxxis, MAXXIS.com. And this podcast is sponsored by ETS Racing Fuels. With unmatched consistency and performance, ETS powers some of the most winning teams in motocross and supercross. You already know the riders and the team, but you probably don't know the fuel. Why? Because champions don't give away their secrets. But now with ETS's new online ordering system, you can have ETS Racing Fuel delivered right to your door, your shop, or the racetrack. So it's easier than ever to get ETS's championship-winning performance in your tank, whether you're racing 2 strokes or 4 strokes, 2 wheels or 4 wheels. Go to ETSRacingFuels.com and you will have your own winning secret to keep. ETS Racing Fuels, the most winning fuel you've never heard of. And now, on with the show.
You're listening to the Main Event Moto podcast.
Time for episode 155 of the Main Event Moto podcast. Want to give a huge shout out to Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, and Old Me Creations. Joe, you're alive. When I walked up today, I thought, is he really going to be here? Is this the ghost of Joe that's been texting me, telling me he's okay? But he's really gone from the coronavirus.
Yeah, it's the ghost.
And I'm looking at you right now, and it's flesh. It's you.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man?
Feeling so good.
What happened?
You know, just getting sick, brother. It happens.
Yeah, but it was
to the
like
best of us.
But it was a long time.
Even
usually
Iron Men like me.
Usually it's 2 or 3 days, dude. You were like 8 or 9.
This one going around right now is 7 to 10 days. That's just how it goes. But it's over. It's done.
And
it's
you're
like
good?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. Let's move on. I don't even want to talk about it.
I do, though.
It's going to make me sick again.
I've been concerned, man. I've been upset.
And there was a coronavirus outbreak here in Sacramento this week.
No, I saw that. Did you? Oh, you're the one that retweeted that?
No. Oh, probably.
I think you did. What happened? Somebody came off the ship or something?
And then they self-quarantined themselves. I don't know.
I don't like it. Hey, it was February 2nd, because when I saw that article, I went back to my phone. I'm like, was I in the airport on that day? And it was Oakland Supercross, so I was not in the airport. So we good. So you're good?
I'm good.
I missed you, man.
I missed you.
I want to give a huge shout out also to motosport.com, All-American Chevy of Killeen, my boy Austin. Hope you had a good weekend this past weekend. Screen printing done, Guts Racing, Scott USA, DRS Suspension and Race Tech, and then Joe, the Tigers of the Law Tigers on board.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to talk about that.
I feel like they need a theme song. Like,
I know, dude,
Law
right?
Tigers, you know, something.
Salt Lake City.
Something going, Law Tigers at Salt Lake City.
How come every song with you ends up being that same jingle?
I just keep writing Ted Nugent songs.
Yeah, well,
that's just all
good.
there is.
Joining us in studio today, he chose the right weekend because he has a lot of opinions, and I think this weekend there's a lot of things to have an opinion on.
Oh, yeah.
From CookseyMedia.com, Chris Cooksey.
Dude.
What's up, Cooksey?
Joe, man, you're looking slim, dude. You're looking in shape.
Thanks, buddy.
He wasn't sick. He just went into training.
Oh, he's working out?
Lost.
Oh, dialed in, yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate
You
that.
do look thin. You look good, but you are wearing all black, so I don't know. All black has that
Slimming.
look. That's why I wear all black at night.
It's slimming.
It is slimming. It
You guys
looks
want to see
good.
that?
That's why you go all black, Daniel?
Wow. Where did you order that on Amazon?
Dude.
Where'd you get that shirt?
I don't know. A listener of the Main Show sent me the link, and then I picked it up.
Oh.
So God, guns, Chick-fil-A.
God, guns, and Chick-fil-A.
Just need to add porn and you're solid.
Wow. Hey,
Yeah,
and then on
no porn.
Sundays,
Avoid
dude,
porn.
today, literally, I'm at the airport in Arlington, or in Dallas, the Southwest Terminal. I think you shouldn't be allowed to be in the airports if you're not going to be open on Sunday. That's just, it's cruel. I'm walking in there and I'm like, and then you immediately know like it's not open. And I just think that they shouldn't be allowed to be in a place like an airport that is wide open on a Sunday if you're not going to be open. I think it should be a rule.
You were in the airport at 6 a.m. Who has Chick-fil-A at 6 a.m.?
I mean, I had Dunkin', well, it was 5:15.
If it's around.
And it was
Really?
I had Dunkin'
Okay,
Donuts.
fair enough, I guess.
Dunkin' Donuts has these little wraps that are they're pretty good.
Well, that's Dunkin' Donuts. That's actually like a breakfast. I've never heard of Chick-fil-A doing breakfast. Am I wrong?
What?
No, yeah, you're wrong.
You're way wrong.
Okay.
They have
no,
breakfast.
Colonel Sanders, you're wrong.
It's going to be a good show, episode 155. Thanks for coming in, Cooksey. Thanks for flying in straight from Dallas. Weird night, man. I text Teresa from Race Day Live. She's a producer of the show. I text her because she was bummed about Webb and Cincerello and Dakotas. I mean, she hates when people get hurt. And I just said, what an amazing and sad night.
Dude,
Like-
Tickle, too.
And Tickle, too? Yeah, I mean,
Tickle,
amazing
too?
and sad.
I didn't even know
Oh,
that.
broke his arm.
Saw him in the airport this morning with it all bandaged up. Dude, his fingers look like sausage.
Dude,
Ooh-wee.
second week back. I mean,
Dude,
it
poor guy.
was.
That
it
was brutal.
If you take away the injuries, it's like, wow, what a night. There's so much to talk about. You got guys taking each other out all over the place. You've got great battle at 450 race 3 was so awesome. But then we have to remember that at the same time, we lost Cincerello for a few weeks. Dakotas is already banged up, gets more banged up. Tickle's back, and yay, it's great. Brock's back. Now Brock's gone. And then Webb with one of the worst looking crashes ever. And I'm thinking like he's done. He's done whatever. I get a text this morning, and no, he'll be in Atlanta. He's lucked out. He's going to race Atlanta next weekend.
So,
And I don't know how, dude, he slapped concrete so hard and quick, and then the bike got him after.
That made me pucker up. I mean, it made my butthole and back hurt.
and I was sitting right behind his family in the press box, and it was scary, dude. Everyone in the press box went silent. It was not good. His chick just boom. She was I think she was down to the stadium floor before I even looked twice.
Well, and the tough part is obviously we hate when anyone gets hurt. I mean, we're watching Wilson on screen right now crash into the blocks. That's fine. But when he got hurt at Monster Cup, we're all devastated. But there's another layer to this thing too, and we can't help but acknowledge the fact that he's the defending champ and he's in the title hunt right now, and that takes. I mean, it's all about him first physically as a person. But then once we're past that, then we go, wow, look at the championship now. We just lost the defending champ. We're not going to lose him, but obviously he loses so many points. He's 26 out now. It changes the whole storyline for the rest of the year. And of course, I'm not insensitive. That's the second part of it.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just like there's more to it. When guys get hurt, it sucks. But when someone that's battling for the title, and we're right in the middle of this thing, and he's coming on strong, gets hurt, it's like it changes the whole story from here on out. It's changed. And that sucks. You don't want to lose AC and Webb in the same freaking night.
Daniel, I know you're not going to like this, but Triple Crowns are too much.
No.
It's too much.
No.
You cannot mortgage the entire series on 3 nights. I like them. They're fun, but there are two things about them that I don't like. It's anticlimactic because it doesn't build throughout the night. It starts off with main. There's
450 race 2 was climactic.
Hold on.
Oh, race 3, sorry.
But there's no buildup. So was 250 race 3? What was that, when Chase just chilled out and took second?
It happens sometimes. It doesn't happen all the time.
And don't you think these guys need more? Dude, they're on the track so long. Did you like the bonus points? I know those guys, I don't even know if they understood the question I asked about it. So what I'm saying is, if you give 3 points to the winner of each race, bonus championship points, 2 to second, and 1 to third. So you could get 9 bonus points if you go 1-1-1 on a night. It just adds a little extra incentive. I think it would make a difference.
I am not opposed to tweaking the format, but I am opposed to getting rid of it. And I know it's gnarly or whatever. And
Let's
maybe
go
maybe we need to take a look. Let's go 4. I don't think the amount is the length of them might be the problem more than the fact that they're out there all together.
Let's just do a season.
You mean
in a
they're too
night.
short?
I mean, come on. These guys do 2 30-minute motos and outdoors where there's 40 guys going into one first corner. They've never complained about it once. Here's the truth. If right now the sport for the past however many years, they did 12-lap main events, and then we went to 15, they would freak out that there's 3 more laps.
Okay, what if the outdoors just all of a sudden said, hey, let's do 4 motos a day?
That's different. The bodies can't
it's
physically
not.
handle that. You're 2 hours on a dirt bike in Unadilla in the
how
heat.
Physically intense. We just lost 3 stars. We lost Tickle, we lost AC, and whether he's back or not, we might have lost Cooper Webb. I mean,
We did not lose Webb because of a Triple Crown. We lost AC in qualifying. We lost Tickle in qualifying. So it has nothing to do with the Triple Crown. Nothing.
Whatever.
I
and the
love
stupid Dragon's back.
Oh, trust me. I already know. We already argued about this, and we're going to do it again. I'm going to get warmed up. I'm going to be a lawyer on this one, Joe. I got to get warmed up. I'm not ready to come right out guns a-blazing on the Dragon's back.
Our Uber driver was putting it to him on the way over here.
Where'd that
Speaking
come
of lawyer,
from?
did you see this?
Where'd that come from?
It says it's a gavel.
Sick.
This came from legal representation Mike.
Why did he send that to you?
He sent us a bunch of
that
stuff.
thing.
He
Yeah,
sent
can you
us
hit
a gavel. Yeah.
Every time somebody gets out of hand, hit it, Joe.
Legal
You're
rep
the judge.
Mike says the main show court of public opinion.
That's awesome. We'll
It's a-
be ready
it's a
then
gavel.
because we got
Every
things to
time
argue
Vincent
about.
comes in, you'll be hitting that, right?
Oh yeah,
The whole time.
nonstop.
I don't hear you all of a sudden.
You're out of order, sir.
Can you hear me?
You're out of
I don't
order,
hear either
sir.
one of you all of a sudden.
It's just
Don't worry.
It's
Oh,
just
we
your
get-
shitty headphone.
Oh, there we go.
There
Yeah,
you go.
there's my headphones.
Don't
Sorry.
worry.
Anyways,
The world
no,
is
all right.
still turning.
All right, so we'll get into all these arguments throughout the show because we're going to argue. Because Cooksey, I like you have strong opinions. In fact, I like the fact that they're different than mine. I'd rather argue with someone than get along with somebody. So this will be great. This will be great. Let's start where we do get along, though, or do agree. Interesting night. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's interesting. It's awesome. I loved it. But at what cost?
Damn.
Come on, man. Right? Like, come on.
What did that cost?
Did you see the guy that was sitting next to me in the press conference from Auto Week?
Yes.
He was devastated. He's like, "Hold on, you guys just lost 2 of your stars, and in any like NASCAR or any other major sport, if they lost 2 of their stars, they're changing rules, making things that you just can't do that." And he was just blown away that we were just like, whatever.
But we're not whatever. But we don't just overreact and
whatever.
just change the sport because of 2 guys that happen to go down on the same night.
God forbid we
happen.
actually take a dangerous sport and actually take some common sense and insert it in there, Daniel.
I agree with making it safer, but getting rid of the Triple Crown and getting rid of Dragon's backs are not it. Those are circumstantial. It has nothing to do with the injuries. Did Adam get hurt because it was a Triple Crown? No, Adam got hurt because Adam sends
Possibly
it.
But was he
No.
sending it extra hard because it's timed qualifying that goes right into the main event?
7 out of 7 weeks would tell me that he doesn't give a rat's ass.
I'm just saying-
if it's Triple Crown or not, he goes for it no matter what. The dude sends it to the limit
Well,
every time.
He didn't get hurt at a normal race. He got hurt at a Triple Crown. So you tell me, Daniel. What's the fact? Lawyer or Joe? Judge Joe? Where do you stand on that?
It's too early to say.
Getting
It's too
hurt in
early
the first
to say.
qualifier of the day has
But if
nothing to
he's
do with
Still
Triple
deliberating.
But it was a Triple Crown race.
Crown. Doesn't matter where it happens at.
And the intensity in those qualifiers goes up dramatically.
You know what?
I call it the 12th man.
You're right.
Injuries in this sport is the 12th man.
And Cooksey's right. So finish line jumps are gone too because Brayton crashed on one this weekend too. They're gone.
Okay,
Finish line
tabletop
jumps
them.
are gone.
Shut up, Daniel.
He did. He scrubbed the jump too hard, caught a foot peg, ate it.
These sports,
finish line jumps.
There
gone.
is dangerous stuff about this sport, even when done correctly. They're gonna have accidents. I'm just saying, eliminate the dumb stuff, like a dragon's back with a little tiny lip on the back into a double. How about you do a dragon's back and just make it an actual dragon's back and don't cut off and make it a double?
Because
why?
there was how many riders were there total between the 2 classes?
You talking guys trying to qualify and everything?
I'm saying total, yeah, 40 in one class,
Let's say
50
80
in the
guys.
okay, let's go 80. Do the math on how many laps were done on that Dragon's back all day. Thousands and thousands and thousands.
How many
And then you
injuries?
have 3 guys,
No more than
Dakotas,
3.
AC, and Webb, who got hurt on that jump. All 3 of them going lights out, psychotic off it. And you're going to blame the obstacle? When the 250C guys, no one got hurt in that
Yes,
practice.
they did.
Hurt?
Yes, they did.
Hurt.
Yes, they did. Because what would
Okay,
happen in the
well,
250C classes, they would case it. They wouldn't make the triple afterward. There was one dude that launched
No.
off to the left.
Bottom line is this.
Maybe they didn't have it on camera, but trust
bottom
me,
line,
it was yard sale over there in
I
all
left
the sessions.
after 450 Main. I walked to the press conference. I went and looked at it. I stood on it. That was the easiest Dragon's back I've ever seen in Supercross history, ever. Kids in Evan 65 class could jump right off that thing. The problem is, it was so easy that these guys were coming out of the corner wide open with no respect, no regard, rider error. 100%.
Okay, for those people that can't see me, I just put my hands in my face. I'm like,
I'm
I understand
sorry.
what you're saying. It was easy in the sense of it had the smaller whoops on there.
They were the
but
littlest
last-
whoops and the littlest landing I've ever seen on a Dragon's back. And every crash that happened was because of disrespect off the obstacle. Not because the big bad obstacle has teeth and bit these guys on the way up.
How many
It was
riders?
the easiest Dragon's back I've ever seen.
How many guys in the press conference said they built it wrong because the last one was tiny? All of them.
That's the build of it. That doesn't change the fact that we got to get rid of Dragon's backs.
No, but let's build them with some common sense. I'm okay with that if you want to do it right.
All the guys
do you have to make it into a nasty double?
All the guys in the press conference that were complaining about him went 1, 2, 3 on the night and had no problem themselves.
And they still complained about it.
Okay, and maybe they didn't like it, but not liking it doesn't mean you get rid of it. I mean, every rider...
it's dangerous. If everybody agrees, even the guys on the podium say something's dangerous, you change it.
If it's dangerous, then you don't go off it with no respect and crash. Have some respect for the obstacle if it's that dangerous. Are you kidding me?
Sometimes you have to protect these guys from themselves. They're going to send it. They're racers, and they need guys. They need other people outside to look at it and go, you know what? That needs to be fixed because these dudes are going to go, and there's a good chance we're going to get somebody hurt. So let's fix it for them. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, and I wonder how many of them told the track crew that, but just waited to the press conference to say it.
Well, the problem is they don't. The track crew doesn't listen to them because so many guys, when they tried to do that, are just trying to build a track to their specific needs. Not true,
because those guys have made changes that I've requested. So it's not that they're not that stubborn. That's an old rumor from the old days. That's not true.
I'm talking about what Prater said about having Reed and Stewart and those guys. Yeah, they were trying to build a track to their...
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure if somebody asked them, they'd say, yeah, build that up a little bit.
I'm just saying... Tampa 2 years ago, that big giant quad that got Sealy, that was dangerous. That was tempting. That was something that I agree should not be in there because it's tempting these guys to do something that's not safe every lap. That Dragon's back. Eli Tomac, Ken Rocks, and Jason Anderson went all night long on it with no problems. A couple kicks here and there. And guess what? AC and Webb, no problems either, except for the one lap it got them. And it's because they were going so fast because it was so small.
So, hold on.
It was so small.
You just contradicted yourself there. You said, so you're going so fast that you made a mistake. Well, you don't have to hit that giant quad at Tampa. Or just want to go that fast? That's what they do, Daniel.
No, but this little baby, look at, there they are. Look at every single guy in 250 Heat 1 goes right off it with no problem at all. The guys that had problems are the ones that had no respect for it.
Has there been an obstacle?
That's a rider issue, not a track issue.
One question. Has there been an obstacle in this season that hurt more riders than that did? Has there?
No, but what do you want to do? Take it out?
Point taken. No, I'm just saying fix it. Make the last one bigger. Have some common sense. You're down on the track. Why didn't you tell them to make the last one bigger?
Because
I blame you, Daniel.
It's the track that everyone raced on, never said a word on until there was a problem after. I mean, if all the riders went, hey, this is dangerous. Look at, we just saw RJ Hampshire, literally, his eyes might have been closed. It was that easy. Cooksey, I went and stood on it. It's so small. It was unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And
nobody said it wasn't. The problem was the last one was too small, Daniel.
No, because you're blaming the obstacle. The blame goes to the riders who made the mistake on their own. When 250C guys can do an obstacle and then the defending champ and Adam Cincerello have a problem off it, it's not the obstacle's fault.
You keep referencing this 250C that was a yard sale over there.
They were not a yard sale. They weren't piling up over.
Yes, they were.
Whatever. I agree to disagree. I stood on it. It was the most pathetically small Dragon's back I've ever seen, and that's why there was problems with it. If it was harder, it wouldn't have been as dangerous. The problem is it was too easy.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying it needs to be
okay, but
pay a little bit more attention to these.
I feel like you're on the team of the hundreds of people on Twitter who are saying we got to get rid of Dragon's backs.
I'm not saying we got to get rid of Dragon's backs. I'm saying we need to use common sense when building them. And
common sense. We've been literally massaging the track crew all year long. Incredible job. And then one obstacle claims two guys, and we're going to hammer them on it?
No, I'm not hammering them. I'm saying,
so what's your solution?
Why the hell cannot, in this sport, this drives me insane.
Your solution is they need common sense.
This drives me crazy. Yeah. Why can't they do an amazing job all year, make one mistake, and then we have them fix that mistake? And we call them. I mean, what they're doing is ridiculous. Because they're wizards with the track. So they made one mistake, but it was a big one, and it cost a couple guys.
It wasn't a big mistake. It was just the way that it was built that the guys.
So we don't learn from that. So do we not learn from that, Daniel? Do we not?
But you know who will learn from it?
Who?
The 3 riders that got hurt off it. They'll learn from it because they won't go out of the corner wide open and just blitz blindly and hope it works out.
You honestly think the track crew didn't hear that, and they're going to not make the last one bigger next time? I think they will, and I think it'll be fine.
Eli even said that there has been other ones that he's seen that same way. I guarantee he didn't say anything to him.
You don't think
it's not a big change? They would have fixed it if it was a big group decision. That guys, this is so dangerous. It's not. Oh my gosh, we got to change this.
It's not that obvious. Like it's not what you're doing. You're going overboard with it. What I'm saying is, it's dangerous, and it probably should have been fixed.
It wasn't dangerous. It was dangerous if you disrespect it, and that's a rider's decision. Here we go. 250 heat 2. Boom, 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 boom,
did you see
boom.
that dude swap?
Yeah, I did.
You did? You saw
Yes.
two guys come together? that was the Dragon's back. The poor Dragon's back, dude. Lay off it. It didn't do anything wrong. It just sat there all night long. And these guys knew exactly what it looked like from lap 1 to the lap it got him.
I think Daniel designed it.
I didn't design it at all.
He's got some investment.
No,
in this thing.
if I did design it, it would be bigger. That's all I'm saying. They would be bigger and gnarlier. Because when I walked over there,
if
I
it was
like,
bigger and gnarlier, I might like it.
we should ban Jordan Smith. He just landed on Jason. We should ban him too. Common sense.
Wow.
And then Lane Shaw or whoever that is running over Jordan Smith for whatever reason. He was mad at him.
So, in conclusion, Daniel, you think it's just a freak night, no big deal, no changes need to be made whatsoever.
None.
And Cooksey, you obviously think that there needs to be a redesign
It's reactive to the
I'm not
of
circumstances.
saying
that area.
Not a dramatic
Sure,
change. This
just
is
some-
not a
some
big
tweaks.
problem. This is
Yeah.
a tweak. And you look at it and you heard a few guys, so you go, okay, well, maybe we could just make that third one a little bit bigger.
Right.
Slow it down.
Right.
We're good.
All I know is that I raced Supercross for 15 years, and when I saw the injuries on that thing, I had to go look at it. And I went on and looked at it and went, okay, I understand what happened here. This is so small and so easy that these guys were literally coming out of the corner with no regard for what was going to happen.
They started disrespecting it, taking
and they
advantage
got
of it.
caught.
Right. And it bit them.
And you don't punish the track builders by saying they don't have common sense or changing
Okay,
the
that was-
design
that
of
was-
the track
that was a bit-
just
that was a
because
bit
the
much.
riders in the press conference say they didn't like it.
I didn't-
Too bad.
I think you're both right.
I didn't say that they don't
Said
have
some common
sense.
sense. Have some common sense.
I'm saying use common sense every once in a while. Don't put words in my mouth here, Daniel.
Okay, so
I love those guys do an amazing
Okay.
job. But
All right,
if there's a mistake,
did they
that's
not-
why they're so good.
did
'Cause
they not
do learn
use
from
common
stuff like
sense?
this. And I'll bet you they're on my side and they fix it next time. But I don't want to, like you said, I'm not trying to trash them because I think those guys are amazing.
Did they not use common sense this one?
No, they looked at it and it was a mistake, so they went, okay, we'll use common sense next time and we'll fix it.
I don't know. I'm literally watching every guy go over it perfectly all
Oh my
day
God.
long. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, we've had. Justin
Yeah,
Bobo.
you watching Durocross?
Yes.
They go over that's really gnarly stuff. They go over it all the time too. I mean,
Yeah, and if a guy falls down and bumps his head on a log, you don't get rid of the log section. So I'm just sorry.
yeah, that was a bad comparison. On my part. So,
No, and again, Triple Crown has nothing to do with it either. Tickle and AC got hurt in qualifying. So it has nothing to do with that. It was a freak circumstantial night. It was extremely bad luck, but it has nothing to do with the obstacle. That's my final say. And if I'm wrong, everyone out there, if you disagree with me, I respect that. I love opinions. That's all good, but that's mine, and it is cement.
okay.
So
fine. That's enough Dragons back talk.
all right, good show. Episode 155. I want to
Peace
go.
out.
I'm going to go take a nap now.
All right,
We're good.
everybody.
What do you want to agree on? Oh, good. Yeah, hit that thing. What do you want to agree on? Can we agree? Oh, we'll probably disagree on this too. Let's get out all the controversial stuff. Hampshire on Chase Sexton. Cooksey, you go first.
I loved it.
Loved
I
it.
absolutely loved it.
Damn it, we did.
We
agree.
It was
Sorry.
a little bit dirty, but
It was really dirty.
You gotta
He admitted
know.
it.
Hold on.
He admitted it
But
was
you have
dirty.
to know who you've done stuff to in the past. Chase should have known. Hey, our Chase got one coming for me. He talked about how he got him in Millville, and he's like, yeah. And he left it open. Don't leave it open.
Hey.
You have to. Barsha, you ever watch Barsha? Barsha protects himself like everybody's trying to kill him in every turn, and that's why it's so hard to get him. It's smart, and
It is.
that's you can't just assume somebody's not going to do something to you.
No, and again, can we agree? Because this is coming in hot too on the social. Why is Dylan in trouble and RJ's not? There was no booze. It couldn't be two opposite situations at all. For one, they were going like 2 miles an hour when this one happened. Dylan, I'm pretty sure, shifted up in the air at the finish line jump and hit about 60 mph when he hit completely, not even comparable, not even in the same ballpark of comparison. And for many reasons. Number one, this one was deliberate.
He admitted it was deliberate.
But they were going 2 miles an hour, and it was a little bump like, ha, got you, down. That's all it was. Like, it was so non-dramatic as far as mile per hour and violence and whatever. This was just a guy getting a guy back, but luckily for RJ, it was for the lead. Now, if that was for 8th and 9th, I'd be like, dude, come on. That's dumb. But for the lead, when you've never won one, and you owe a guy, put it all together, okay, no one got hurt. Now, if Chase was hurt, different opinion, because the guy got hurt. Chase got back up to second. It was great.
in this
That's
sport,
it.
they punish the result. They don't punish the crime.
100% every time.
And if you're French, you cannot commit any crimes. True.
It is.
I-
Dude,
You know what, though?
that is such garbage that he's on probation.
You know what, though?
And hold on, I've had extensive talks
okay,
with John
'cause-
Gallagher, and he told me I punish intent. And I'm like, well, how do you figure out intent? He's like, if you're racing to the front and you're trying hard and you make a mistake, I'm not going to punish you. But if you go in there and you try and hurt somebody and I know it's payback, yes, you will get punishment. Dylan was racing to the front. He was not trying to kill him.
I know. And here's the best part about it is David Villman on Twitter said, whatever, it fuels my guy. He ain't worried about it. And that's the end of that. Again, the final period to put on the booze is Dylan don't care. And he's still winning. So boo, I'm to the point now with the booze.
He does care. That's the problem.
Maybe he does a little bit. It doesn't show on the track. Boo him all you want. It doesn't matter. If you're trying to boo him to get in his head, it ain't working.
Dude,
Brandis he don't care on the track. So it's over. Boo him all you want.
Tell me in San Diego, when like Vincent and everyone was booing him, if he walks out there and just goes, bring it, half the crowd is going to go, I like that dude. That's badass. And then half the people that hated him anyway are still going to hate him. And I told him that. I was like, dude, you just got to welcome it. You're the bad guy.
That's what I said the day it happened. That's what I said. I said, embrace the role of being a villain.
And that's the thing.
He's a nice dude, though. I don't think and he doesn't want that. He didn't ask for that. This is on the.
He didn't ask for it, but that's who it is.
Exactly.
Hey, whatever. He's a pro athlete. Embrace it. You don't ask for a lot of things, man.
No, I know. But back to this individual one. Chase blew by RJ. RJ wanted the win, and it happened to be that guy. And I was surprised. I didn't know they had a history at all. I didn't know about the Millville thing. So I was kind of like, dang, like I guess RJ's just here to play. What up? And then Chase said on the podium, like, oh, he's got one coming now too. Or I think he said something like that on TV. And I'm just like, this is amazing. Like, this is great. And then later, RJ's like, yeah, well, I owed him one from Millville. I was like, that explains it. Okay. Because, you didn't see him, even the one with Jordan was different. Everyone's trying to compare those two. It was not the same.
Not even close. Last night was a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
That was nothing.
Did you see what Sexton did after the race, though? That could have got him in trouble.
No.
The little
he doubled up and kind of skidded into his front tire, but it was post-race. Whenever you do stuff post-race, it gets shaky.
I didn't.
And I was like,
I didn't see that.
I was like, that was dangerously
I saw it in the
close.
highlight reel, but I didn't think it was anything.
It wasn't, but it was close, and it was post-race.
Yeah.
So you're judged on a different standard after the race.
I didn't see that, but here's the highlights of the first one. Blitzed right by him in the whoops. And RJ right here, I mean, put yourself in his spot. He's going, okay, I want to win. I'm on this program I'm paid to win, and I am not really happy with you. Boom.
Yeah.
And the truth is, again,
it's nothing.
For me, if it's all about danger, and that's why even the Ferrandis one, like I know it wasn't on purpose, but the Ferrandis one definitely was more dangerous. I think that was way riskier. That one was the way
Chase got back on his bike was more dangerous than the hit was.
Me and my brother used to hit each other like RJ and Chase did, practicing for fun. Like that was nothing. So to me, again, I look at it as just great for all of us and bummer for Chase, but Chase responded. I mean, he put on a championship performance to be able to catch back up to second and then take care of the night. Like that was a good response from him to not get shook. And you expect that from your title holder. You know what I mean?
Have you ever had this happen where you know?
Look, here's a little.
Yeah, well, no, there was more than that.
Oh, was it more than that?
Yeah, there was. He doubled up right before that, and then he did
was
that.
nothing.
That was nothing, but the camera missed it where he doubled, caught him, and he's like, I just wanted to let him know. Because I asked him afterward. But so Daniel, have you had a guy catch you and you know he's faster than you, and if he gets by, he's gone. So you just torpedo him. Have you done that before?
Yeah, many times.
I have too. And it's like
bounty
that's what he
hunters
did. He knew, okay, if I don't do something right now, Sexton's gone, so he cleans him out. And he figures he probably owes him one. Boom. It was money.
And he wanted to win. It was a combination of a lot of things.
Easy decision.
Easy decision.
Hey, and RJ was right when he said he should have known it was coming. Chase had no clue that was coming.
That's what I'm saying.
He was in that corner, and
pay
to Chase's credit, though, to Chase's credit, he was still trying to cut inside. That corner was a great corner all night long. There was so much going on in that corner, and the riders in the press conference said it was just like, if you're the front guy, you're like, what do I do? Like, it was great. I love it. I love that they're having a land and break. Wow, we're watching the replay again of Smith on Owen.
Oh,
Owen was so pissed.
Rough.
I think that was a mistake. It wasn't dirty. He just overjumped and just made it.
I mean,
it was dumb.
Obviously, it was just a big mistake, but when you're on the receiving end of that, just sucks. But anyways, yeah, that was cool. Good ride for RJ there. I think there's better things coming from him. I think he's a little sloppy still because he's trying so hard and it's just not clicking. But when it does click, he's going to be pretty dang good in that class because the speed is there and the fitness is there. I feel like the effort's a little bit more than the comfort.
Has the fitness ever not been there for RJ though? Like that pisses me. Like he's at the Alden camp,
right?
clearly we've talked. I'm not a fan of the Alden program unless it's somebody who really needs structure. Like, I think Anderson really benefits from the structure. Dude, RJ was in shape when he got there. And what did he lose, like 16 pounds? Does a guy like that at that level even need to lose 16 pounds? I don't even know that it's healthy to do that.
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be. It won't benefit him. It's not magic, and I don't look for anything more than last year. Which I mean,
okay, but here's where the Alden program I think is the most beneficial. Yes, physical. Yes, whatever. It's in the mental side, because when you're there, you know it works, and you go to the gate knowing the program works, and I think that's what's the most powerful part of the program, not the physical. Because in all honesty, if Alden's program is so amazingly great, then how come they don't win the outdoor title every year? How come Eli gets them? Are they not as strong physically as Eli? Or no, because Supercross is way more mental than it's a combination of mental and physical, where outdoor I think is more on the physical side. So I think the benefit from Alden's program is the mental, and I think that's where RJ is riding so hard, because he believes he's got to win because he's on that program, and that's where he's sloppy. I think if he backed it off just a hair, he might actually be better. I think he's almost riding too passionate, in my opinion.
He has to win or get a podium to cover his supplement bill. Just saying. I heard a rumor. It's a rumor. They pay $30,000 on that program for their protein and their mind effects. I don't know how much protein costs, but that's a lot of protein, and it's very suspicious. I'm just saying.
Protein is $14.99 at Outback.
Just saying. I don't know.
House sirloin.
Is that not a little bit suspicious?
It's a little
speaking of
we'll get off that subject.
Speaking of the house sirloin, Cooksey. Yeah. Oh, is this week's? Yeah.
There's the back of my head.
Yeah, it is.
Wonderful.
Speaking of the press conference, how you and your boy
Anderson? We're tight. We're good.
Joe. So you remember Anderson blocked him, and
he's been friends now.
He's been so mad about it, so frustrated. Well,
I'm not mad. I get pissed. I get pissed because I'm like, okay, well, if somebody, I've had people mad at me, and I know why they're mad at me.
Joe, I'm not mad. I'm pissed.
I was pissed that he wouldn't tell me why.
Okay, so as soon as the press conference is over, that's when the media has a chance to talk to the riders. Dude, I hadn't even said congratulations yet. I mean, or goodbye, whatever. And Cooksey jumps up, Jason, and grabs him. I'm like, well, he's about to find out. And
so I wanted to be polite about it in Phoenix. I said, hey, you do an interview? I'll go to bounce. I'm like, okay, fine, get out of here, whatever. I don't want to be a dick. And at this time, I'm like, you know what? I am cornering this guy. He's going to talk to me. So I stand up and I sat him down. I said, just stay right where you're at. I'm going to talk. And I asked him, I said, why? I wrote an article.
First off, don't blow your. Come on, you're doing a good job with the media thing, but you don't realize here we're going to push this all to your interview with him.
Okay, so I did an interview that
don't say everything, because then you're ruining it. Like, you guys are going to go to Cooksey Media, and you're going to watch
Cookseymedia.com. Watch the interview I did with him.
Cookseymedia.com. Cooksey interviews him one-on-one. Joe, we just watched it, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Needless to say, I'm going to find it ties back into Alden. Alden doesn't appreciate me.
You wrote an article.
I wrote an article a while ago when Tickle got popped. I was pissed. Because if you're, so hold on, if you're KTM and Husqvarna and you're forcing these riders, you say, okay, we'll hire you, but you got to go train with this guy. He does your supplements, he does everything. And then you pop and you say you didn't take anything but what he gave you, yet they blame you and send you packing. That's bullshit. And I wrote that and I said, Alden and KTM and Roger should be ashamed of what they did to Brock Tickle. That's what started the whole thing. And I can't talk about some of the stuff they've done. This is not the only thing. This cracks me up. I'm like, you're having a guy who you train block me on Instagram. That's mature.
Right.
Like, are you serious?
Right.
That's what you're doing. But
for more information, go to Cookseymedia.com.
Go to Cookseymedia.com. I don't want to get Daniel in trouble on his podcast, but I'm going to drop some bombs. Yeah, there's some. I'll just say, if you know the Lance Armstrong story and how he deals with stuff, Alden's following that playbook with me.
Cookseymedia.com.
You know what, Cooksey?
I'll just leave it there.
I'll say this. Okay. I'll say this. Just save it for the main show.
Okay.
We're going to do that.
Will.
And Daniel's not on that show, so we can talk about anything you want.
Main. I'll drop the bomb.
Daniel is focused on his career right now, and I don't want to get him in trouble. I don't need my...
And I was so pumped.
We can get into it as deep as you want, my brother.
I got to go to dinner with Daniel and Will.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
Where'd you guys go?
Shit, dude.
Outback.
Nice.
Maggie was so pissed.
Why was she pissed?
Because she's like, you're in Texas.
Because she likes you, Cooksey.
No.
She wants to hang out with you.
No, Maggie's like, you're in Texas.
I'll hang out with Maggie.
And you went to Outback for dinner? And I'm like, yeah, it's all about consistency. You know, I need to know what I'm eating. And
God.
she was just so disappointed.
What
and
a weirdo.
And Will went with us, and even Will was like, yeah, this is fine, but I see your point. Like, why are we going to Outback? And I'm like,
Yeah, you could go to any place and get a bomb-ass steak.
because I knew what I wanted, and I wanted what I wanted, and I got what I
God,
wanted.
you're
It was
so
fine.
weird.
She was giving him crap. She's like, Daniel, would you like some ketchup with that?
No, and Will is the
Yes,
weird
he does.
one. Will is the weird one. You know, she's
What is she?
wakeboarder, pro wakeboarder,
wakeboarder.
coach. Like that's
Savage.
her background. Right? I'm telling her how I don't like water. Like, I'm afraid of water. Whatever. I don't like lakes. I don't like rivers. I don't like the ocean. I don't like water. I really don't. I have a problem. My honeymoon, I went to Cancun. Never put a foot in the water. I just don't like it. And she's like, you need to go be put in a box and studied by scientists, is what she tells me. 30 seconds later, she's talking about how she's wakeboarding in the lakes of Florida, and there's alligators popping their heads up, and she's ollieing their heads.
Oh, wow.
I said,
like, yeah.
you need to be in a box and studied by scientists.
That's a little extreme.
Trying to tell us how docile they are. I'm like, I don't
She's
care.
like,
If I
yeah.
see a croc, I'm
She's
not
like,
getting
she's
in.
all, they're slow. And I'm like, what is... If I even
Hey,
know
outswim
there's a
me.
gator even there, I'm not even going to the beach.
For real, right?
I'm going in the house.
I hate those things.
So she thinks I'm psycho.
No, you're not psycho. You're just weird.
It's-
She's psycho.
Okay.
She's so casual about, I
Yeah.
just saw, like, in her accent, I just all eat him. I'm like, you all eat a gator's head?
Yeah.
I'm like, what if you crash?
Crazy.
She's like, oh yeah, she goes, well, if you
I
crash,
didn't do a trick.
yeah, she goes, and if you crash, you just don't think about it. And I'm like, how can you not?
Yeah, no doubt. What a badass.
It's an alligator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
It was cool.
it was a good dinner. It was fun. Outback, 10 out of 10 every time.
And
Didn't
she
need
said,
ketchup.
Put him in a box and study him. And I go, just because he can fit in a box, you don't
Yeah.
have to go there.
And then Cooksy's got to go with the
gotta
size
do
joke.
it.
Everyone's got to
That's
go
low
size.
hanging fruit, Cooksey.
Yeah.
I know. I couldn't help
I'm
it.
37 years old. Y'all think I haven't gotten over my height yet. Maybe back in elementary school was a problem. My adult life, I'm not. And I still, Instagram, you guys always want to do the height joke. I don't care. You're wasting your thumbs typing that.
Wasting your thumbs.
Yeah, come at me come at me in a different way, and I'll be entertained. But all right, anyways, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about more things and stuff.
Main event moto.
There's a reason I run DRS suspension and Race Tech hard parts with Mika Metals chains, bars, and sprockets on Evans 65. First off, DRS suspension settings work everywhere. I haven't changed a clicker since I put them on. Maybe it's the internals from Race Tech that give it that extra something.
American-made products with a 100% guarantee. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, the DRS Race Tech combo works for me. And what can I say about Mika?
First off, they've been with us since the beginning.
The quality of their bars is top of the line, and Mika is the only chain and sprocket combo I run. Motoheads, get with the program. It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals.
Say it again.
It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals. Is that good, Joe?
Yeah.
I love when NorCal companies take the world by storm. Guts Racing seat covers and no-toil filters are made right here at home, but their products travel the country and world on some of the baddest dudes' bikes in pro racing.
Who runs Guts?
Too many factory teams to list, Joe.
Who runs No Toil?
Well, it's the only filter Chad Reed will run. Guts and No Toil make only the best. So visit gutsracing.com and notoil.com and step up your game, Motoheads.
Look good? Check. Protection? Check.
Fly Racing has had the gear game on lock for years, but the Formula helmet has taken Fly to another level. They didn't just make a high-quality helmet, they redefined the standard for the most important piece of safety equipment on a rider's body.
Use your head and protect your head. Run the Fly Formula helmet.
Then cover the rest of your body in Fly's Evolution and Kinetic gear lines.
Easy decision. Main Event Moto Podcast.
Ooh-wee. Huge shout out to Fly Racing, Cooksey, the spring gear that's coming out. JT is driving me nuts. He won't send me the photos because he knows better to not send me the photos of the spring gear. And I'm like, bro, come on, you know you're gonna send some to Evan. I just need to see what it is. And he don't trust. How could he not trust me, Joe? Look at this face. Is this an untrustable face?
That's the most untrustworthy face I've ever seen.
Is this an untrusting face?
That is the face of a criminal.
Cooksey,
Yeah, it
you're
looks
wearing
just like a
Cooksey-
used car lot face.
You're a fly guy. Have you seen the spring gear?
Okay, here's what's funny is I haven't seen a picture of it, but I do have some.
What?
They sent me the samples that I have. They sent all of them. It's good, man. They do.
They've been nailing everything. They have been.
They're really good.
They found their groove. Who's their
I'm
art
just pissed because
guy?
I don't get to ride this.
Who's their art guy?
They got a bunch of
I know
people.
the girl April.
April does the girls' gear, and she's amazing. And then they got a few
she
other
was
guys.
cool.
I don't know. They kind of keep them separated from us. I don't think they want sales talking to the art people.
Well, whoever it is, they're
good.
getting it, dude.
Because we give them horrible ideas and ruin their stuff. We tell them what we think, and it's not good.
It's good. Pumped about that. Don't forget Mika Metals too. Use the code Main Event Moto with no spaces. You get 30% off of MikaMetals.com. I mean, I know a lot of you out there got sponsors and all, but you ain't all got 30% off. But you get it from us. All right, Main Event Moto. Ooh, and another one, Joe. Old Me Creations. Main Event graphics coming out with the skull.
Nice.
Oh, dude, do you realize you unload your bike with those graphics on? Every dude in the pits will fear you. Every girl in the pits is going to want you.
Hey,
God, get some Main Event Moto graphics from. They're not done yet.
What happened to my
soon.
hoodie you were going to get me?
Oh, I have it. I have a box with like 4 of them left. I don't know who didn't get theirs.
I didn't.
Sounds like we found one.
Well,
there we go.
The box ain't here, so sorry, buddy. And then,
sorry, buddy, you're screwed.
yeah, no, I mean you'll get it someday.
I'm joking.
And then, Joe,
He won't.
Joe, All American Chevy Clean.
Oh,
Austin, our boy.
yeah.
Met him this weekend. Came out to the races. He had a great time. I said, you came to the right one.
Yeah.
Colleen is by Austin, Texas. And I'm really, honestly,
Chevy?
probably get it. Yeah, ready to get a Chevy van.
Hell
and I
yeah.
think I'm
Dude,
going to have it
I
driven
got
out.
a Chevy Colorado, and I used to have a Tacoma. That Colorado is kick-ass, dude. Better gas mileage.
All right.
Yeah.
You hear that, Austin?
Colorado kicks ass.
If you're, no matter where you're
By
at
the way,
in
I'm
the
not ready
country,
to upgrade. Let me know.
I'm a Chevy boy.
No matter where you are in the country, you get your truck at All American Chevy of Colleen.
That's right.
All
Like a rock.
What are you from France? We're going to get a Chevy.
Yeah, what is like?
Sorry. I'm just kidding, Marvin Dillon.
Man,
If you drive a Ford, you're a loser.
tell my
At
wife
least you don't have a Prius.
Tell my wife when she picks me up. A Prius. I'm an economical man. I get 52 miles a gallon. What do you get?
Ooh.
You get a dental dam with that?
Use some common sense.
I get an internal
Hey,
combustion
I watched
engine that
the
sounds like a
other guys, and they
badass.
looked at it. Remember when he runs the Prius to the Coke?
Cooksey. Maybe a
You got a
little,
dental dam with that
maybe
car?
a little,
no.
maybe a little common sense, and you get better gas mileage.
Well played.
I'll
well
tell
played.
the track crew.
Well played.
All right. So what else you want to talk about? Because I feel like we got through all the hot stuff, and now, I mean, we don't.
Joe had talked about Roxon's haircut. What do you think?
Oh
about
yeah,
that?
yeah. Well, I haven't seen Joe in forever too. I've like,
It's old news.
What do you want to talk about,
It's old
Joe?
news at this point.
I've missed you. I don't know what
I
you're
like it.
thinking. What are you thinking about things?
I mean, I know it's old news, but I like the, what's he doing with it? Mohawk, dyed red
I'll
kind
tell you
of
what
thing.
he's doing. He's doing whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too. I think you should show it more.
You know what's crazy too is that he rides for Honda, and Honda's always been like one of the more professional corporate stuff. I mean, they've always been that company in the pits. They let Kenny be Kenny, which is good because I'll tell you this right now. On race day live.
Well, what does that mean, being Kenny? What, dyeing your hair? It's not like as if he's Jason Anderson. Like he's not really out there being a rebel. Like what? He dyed his hair and got a haircut. They're letting him be him.
Neither's Jason Anderson.
What?
Neither's Jason Anderson. He's taking orders from his trainer.
Oh, Cooksey.
I'll just drop that out there.
Cooksey.
You can't let it
Taking
go.
orders.
Dude.
No, if you
Have a little self-control for 40 more
fine,
minutes.
Fine.
God.
Fine. Okay. I put it up cookseymedia.com.
Yeah, you want to hear Cooksey's cold hard
Hard truth.
hard truth? You go over there. Here, we're going to talk about how Ken Rox is getting loose with that haircut.
So loose.
Getting wild. Hey, the word about him. He's getting so wild.
Oh, dude's an outlaw.
He's an outlaw. But at the same time, I just like that. And here's why I think Honda allows Kenny to be Kenny, Joe, with his red hair, is because you ask any, like we have on Race Day Live, we'll have a Futures kid, we'll have a Dunlop Team Elite kid, or Makeup to Mud girl. We always, whatever. Who's going to win now? Who's your favorite rider? It's Ken Roxon every single time. That Kenny, he's the most liked. It's no question. It's literally 90% the answer is Kenny. And Kenny does things like that. He's done that in the past. He's just a little bit looser than the tight norm of a Supercross.
Sure, he's got like the perfect amount of, if you want to say, personality.
Look at him right now. He's got his hat on. You wouldn't know, but then he'll take it off for a second. And you're like, oh my god!
Right.
It's like a mullet.
It's
Part in
like
the front. But business in the front, party in the back.
Yeah.
That's how he is with the hat on, hat off.
That's what he's doing. Is he's just being Kenny, dude. He likes to surf. Remember when didn't he win a championship? You'll love this. Didn't he eat a bagel or something and take a shot at Alden back in the day about eating a bagel? I don't. He's dude. Joe, for this sport, he's a rebel.
I got a Kenny story for you. So not only does he have that,
CookseyMedia.com or is this Main Event Moto?
You could decide halfway through. So he's got the red hair, and he lives in the most conservative part of Utah, St. George. Like I go, Roxon. He's always up in St. George.
Oh, I know he's up there, but what do you mean he lives there? Has he got a house up there?
Him and his chick. I don't know. I swear, because he's up there.
I know he goes up there all the time. Yeah,
all the time. But I'm riding at Mesquite one day, and I look over, and I have a buddy that has 94 in his Honda, and I'm like, "Oh, Dakota's here," and I go another lap, and out the corner of my eye, I see this dude totally naked, like shit hanging out in the front, in the back. Like,
oh no!
I look and I'm like, Dakota, what the hell? There's
CookseyMedia.com.
There's kids around
more
here.
Information.
And I slow down and I'm like, it's actually Roxon.
Whoa!
I'm like, bro, there's kids at this track. You gotta maybe just tuck behind a bush or something. He's like, he's German. He lets it fly. So okay, sorry. Okay, it happened.
I got to work next Saturday, man. Come on.
Well, hey, Roxon's comfortable with himself.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
As Nick would say, he's packing heat.
Joe.
Yeah, buddy.
What else do you want to talk about? What else? What else have you?
Are we going to talk about your Coach Rob program? Because I'm a little worried about.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Okay,
we're not there yet. We got the Law Tigers weekly update.
You asked what I wanted to talk about.
It's getting there. What?
How about Martin Davalos? Poor guy, man. He looked so good. I really thought this was going to be his breakout. And every time I looked, he's picking himself up. And at one point, he high centered on a tough block. And I was joking. I was like, "Oh, he's just lubing his chain." Because it was just set perfectly.
I like Marty. I've always thought he's the nicest dude ever. But I can't lie, when I see him up front, like I feel like it's coming, like in a lap or two. Like I never see him, and I never go, he's gonna stay in third. I never feel that way, and it's not my fault that I'm saying that. It's just the history. He puts it down hard all the time, and then somehow he gets up all the time.
He's so durable, dude.
Yeah, I was just saying, what is he made out of? Because the dude literally hits the ground and it's like nothing. He's banged up and he's fine all the time.
I don't know, but I really thought at this round, watching him on press day and in practice, I'm like, okay, I've seen him and he looks fast and sketchy. He didn't look as sketchy, so I'm like, oh, maybe this is the night. And I think it was the first main event, or one of the first main. He held it until the very end and then had a mistake, and I'm like, And then once he had that one mistake, he just unravels. And I don't know if it's a mental just steamroller or what.
I don't.
And I know he's looking for Barsha, by the way.
A lot of people are looking for a lot of it. You know who's on the bad end of a lot of last night was Jordan Smith. RJ got him. Shane got him that time too. And I don't.
But he also got Jace Owen. I mean, it happens when you're.
It does, but it's just one of those nights. But even for Jordan, I had pretty high hopes coming in. And I think he's still battling that wrist thing. I think that wrist is more of a problem than they are letting on, because he doesn't look like himself. And usually he's pretty fast. And now he just doesn't look right to me. And it's like, I'm bummed because I like him a lot. I pegged him as one of the guys fighting for the championship, and it's through 2 weeks. It's just not.
So this is the same wrist that he hurt last year when he's battling with Faulkner.
Yes, and then it was bugging him through the outdoors, and I don't want to get the information on, but I think he's been trying to get it fixed for a bit. So
when it's hurt for that long, and I mean, I had a few wrist injuries myself, like it becomes degenerative, and if he's not letting it heal and riding through that pain, dude, this is bad. Like I look at Blake Baggett, and people talk about him up and down. A lot of his up and down is because he has a degenerative wrist, and you don't know when it's going to flare up and when it's not.
Yeah,
it's scary,
and that's it's got to be what's going on, because there's no way he's just unprepared and then magically not as. I mean, the he's been a shredder for years, and he just doesn't look the same. And I hope that it's something that can get better. But if that's a continuing problem, that sucks for him, because he's one of the guys I expected to fight for the championship, and he's not in that group at all.
Just a few years ago, he had that championship against Savacci and Osborne.
The Osborne year.
He had it, but then he had that horrible endo coming in the stadium, and I mean that probably took a lot out of him too.
I know what we could talk about. Justin Hill. I am very, very happy that Justin Hill is doing good because you guys know I like him a lot, and I am not going to be the one here to defend him in the times when I don't think he was prepared. That'd be unfair of me to act like he wasn't. But I told you guys this a few weeks ago. I said he is fighting back there in that 10 to 12 range. Maybe the results aren't there, but he's trying hard, and he's fighting, and it's getting a little bit better, and I knew it was coming. And now it is coming, and dude, he's the fastest in qualifying, third in the second race. And the other two, he got either taken out. He went down the other two, but then fought back up. 6th overall, I'm pretty sure. Dude, Hill is close to a podium, and I don't know if he can go 20 plus 1. I don't think anyone can against Eli, to be honest. He is.
You know what's funny, though, is
psychotic. But Hill is almost back to. He's almost back to Tampa 18 Hill. He's almost back to that level. Close.
A couple of those races, it seemed like he started with Tomac. And they went through the pack together.
Yeah.
They were close. He never really let him get away.
Yeah.
He's dialed in. And having his brother there and this whole new routine where he's throwing spinning elbows and punching things.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Joe, what do you think? Just smiling.
Fire.
Do you like it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, getting what's that called when you do that kind of energy thing to get hyped up real quick?
Just like a...
I forget, but there's an official name for it. You do it to
I'll just say...
energy surge.
All I'll say is if you're doing that and you're banging the tough blocks and you're getting fired up and then you're back there in 14th, it's like, bro, that looks dumb. But if you're doing it and all of a sudden you're doing really well, then it looks cool. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in a week or two you see a few of them back there, dude. All of a sudden it was like, everybody in this sport, they're copycatters. Next thing you know, they're going to have them all lined up, 4 dudes back there just boxing, because Justin did it. But you know what I mean? If you're going to do that, you better do good on the track. Otherwise, it looks stupid. And he's doing good on the track. And now it's like, dude, it works for him.
I want Justin's mechanic to walk up there. Have you ever seen the big pads, the body pads that they wear when they're sparring? Wear that up to the line and let him pound on the mechanic a little bit. I think it'd be great.
I think so, too.
Dude, how about the TV time on that one?
Yeah.
Have him beat up his own mechanic.
Well, no, you hit him with the pads. Not like beating him up, Daniel. Come on.
No,
I checked in.
I went one step further. I'm saying beat up your mechanic.
That's just...
Why
would you do that?
I don't know.
Why, Daniel? That's just mean.
I mean, dude, whatever.
Mechanics work so hard and don't get any money. Why would you say that?
Whatever it takes.
It's unfortunate.
Whatever it takes.
So I actually hit up Elise Anderson, who's an MMA fighter, and I sent her the clip, and I go, "What do you think? How's his form? Legit?
Really?
Dude's been training. He's clearly been training at an actual gym." And so don't talk about him very bad.
I never do. And he is the smiliest, happiest dude, and he gives a great interview. I just like Hill.
Can we talk about his brother too?
He got 6th overall too.
Dude, when the hills are good,
looking like skinny stank dog out there, man. Like the old stank dog.
The hills have eyes. Yeah.
Well, it is funny too.
Wow, that could be the show title.
I just came up with that on top of my head.
Write that down.
That's pulled it out of nowhere.
Write that down.
But I talked to him on press day, and I was like, "So this is weird that you're riding a 250 because the whole time you were actually on a 250, you were trying to get to a 450." And he's like, "Well, that bike sucked. That's why."
He's at a different point in his life. He's not doing this for any reason other than I think he just wants to and likes it, and he's doing awesome. He looks good. And the first round, Josh looked a little rusty. This one, he looked way more comfortable. And then, gets 6th overall and got better every single race, which proves that he's in shape. It's not off of pure talent. At a Triple Crown, the third one is tough. And if he can get better in each one, then he's in shape, which means he's doing the work, so it's not just some kind of publicity stunt. He really is trying to do well, and the results back it up.
When he's on the track, every session, I'm like, dude, nobody's having more fun than Josh Hill.
He's playing right, and Justin too. They're playing,
and they're feeding off each other, and that's what Justin said.
Yeah, it's cool to see.
Well, how about that whole Club MX team? At one time, they had Enzo Lopes and
Crown
Lopes, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That's solid for a privateer team.
Yeah, they're doing good on that.
They're beating some factory guys.
Yeah, the kids. I don't want to get into that though.
You don't want to get into that?
No, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to talk about.
If you want to talk about the kids, go to cookseymedia.com. Last week's Hard Truth.
Yeah. Don't want to talk about the kids.
Okay.
I've used up all my frustration today. What else do you want to talk about, Joe?
I don't like Triple Crowns.
You don't either?
I'm just going to say it.
I don't either. See, that's what I was telling Daniel. I'm like, dude,
I'm just going to say it. I don't like Triple Crowns. I've come to that decision. I've been on the fence. I know you're drilling me with your eyes right now, Poppy, but it's the truth. I've been on the fence about it for years. And last night I finally decided. I don't like these.
Why?
I don't know. They just don't feel right.
Tell me if this works. So when you're watching a Supercross, it builds. You got your heats, you get your LC.
I agree.
You got this
there is a culmination. You're right.
Where this is just it's up to the top. It's up to the top, and it kind of tapers
and
at the end.
And I already know Daniel's points. You like to see the big dog riders on the track more often. The big names are on the track racing more often. I get it, but it's just something about it doesn't
anticlimactic.
Right. It is anticlimactic. Yeah,
I have a solution.
What?
I've actually been thinking about this for a long time.
Listen to him. He's so pissed.
He's really mad. Oh, he's like, Joe sold me out.
I'm not. I'm not mad.
I'm not mad.
I'm just disappointed. Just disappointed. I do have a solution, and it's funny because there is a format out there in the world that does exist that really is maybe the perfect one. When I did German Supercross in the past, the format was like this. There was 3 heat races. You would qualify a certain amount of guys that would go to the semifinal round, which there's 2. Then there'd be an LCQ. Okay, so you have 3 heats. You qualify the semis. If you don't make it out of the heat, you do an LCQ to get into the semis. Then it's down to 2 semi-qualifiers, and not the old semis like you're used to, where this is like they're not in the main yet.
Like a semi-main.
Like a semi-main event, so there's 2. Qualify again, and then the final at the end of the night. So just imagine... We line these guys up for 3 heats. They qualify. It trims down to 2. They qualify. Then the final is 1. Because my main reason for Triple Crown is I want to see the stars of the sport on the track more often in the night. Because I just don't like seeing them come right out early and then come out at the very end. There's too much of a gap before we see Roxon again. And that's... To me, that's the more times we can on television and in the event see the stars on the track, the better. So if the format needs to be adjusted and changed in a way that suits these guys, I'm not that hard. I'm firm cement on the Dragon's back. Don't argue. When it comes to Triple Crown, I'm willing to negotiate.
Daniel, they're not circus monkeys. You don't just make them perform.
I know. And Dragon's back's been around.
So I'm kidding. Well, yeah, he's like, I work for Phil.
Ricky Johnson rode Dragon's backs. We're not getting rid of them.
What? They didn't have Dragon's back when Rick
I think
Johnson.
They built them on accident back. I don't think they were on purpose back then.
They had turn whoops with Rick Johnson, though.
That's rad. So anyways, I would be open to modifying the Triple Crown format to make it better for these guys. I get it. But I want to see them on the track more. And Joe, to your point, the traditional format works on nights when it works.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's nights when it doesn't. I thought Tampa last week didn't. Neither main worked for me.
But Glendale was blah also. That can happen on any format.
Glendale was blah too. So it can't happen in any format, but I just think if you go odds, go back in history of Triple Crowns, the more than likely there's fireworks and wild stuff because the format pushes these guys.
But you're also you're mortgaging the rest of the season with your stars. How many
if
stars?
that's the case, if that's the
anything.
Yeah, you kind of are if you're getting injured if you're getting injured on a night that doesn't count towards the championship.
No, but it does count towards the championship.
No more than another night though.
You also mortgage these guys on Monday when they're practicing at the practice track. That happens all the time too.
The key right there is no more than any other night. It should count more.
I agree.
Okay, then that would be a modification of the format. But I'm just saying. Throwing it away and just getting rid of it and washing your hands like it didn't work would be wrong because it does.
I'm not saying
work.
We're okay with that.
I'm not saying throw it out, flush it down the toilet. Modify for sure.
We'll just use some common sense.
Oh my god!
We're gonna use some common sense and we'll change it a little bit.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break. Actually, no. Before we do, we got to do our Law Tigers weekly update. So Joe, hit it. Motoheads, we ride with Law Tigers, the lawyers who ride. Visit lawtigers.com or call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS for more information. The Law Tigers watch over their own, and with Law Tigers, you'll never ride alone. And now, our weekly Law Tigers update. All right, Joe, Law Tigers, on my side, let's make one thing clear. Maggie did approve. She is allowing me to race the Salt Lake City Futures. And just in case she changes her mind and wants to get mouthy about it, I got Law Tigers on my side. So that's why I got them. I went and I seeked them out.
Nice.
Just in case she wants to deliver papers, well, I got my attorneys ready. I'm just
legal.
Saying. I'm just saying. So the weekly update is each week we're going to give you a little bit update on my preparation for the race. This was a big week. This is the week I started, and I'm pretty proud with the way things kicked off this week. So it's been a good week.
What'd you do?
I went in the calendar. And I planned out the week that I'm going to start preparing for futures.
Okay, he planned to make a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he did contact probably the best trainer in the business, Coach Rob Beams. And it was funny because I was telling Daniel about the program and how the heart rate, and he measures it, and he builds your program around your heart rate, and he's like, what? So that scared me a little bit.
No, Rob called me. We're good. But this week though, it was a first step, Joe. I'm a patient man. I know where I gotta be. I know where I gotta be in May.
All right.
And I don't need to start yet. But what I needed to do was figure out when I was gonna start.
Yeah, you don't want to risk Epstein-Barr.
No, I don't need to. Yeah, exactly.
Training starting too soon.
Exactly. So this
God
week,
forbid he's been off for 4 years. We're gonna give it like 2 weeks. You don't want to exhaust
yourself.
At least 2 weeks of training.
So this week I made a plan.
Whether he needs it or not.
Yeah. And I talked to Brian Deegan last week at Tampa just to confirm that he was racing Salt Lake, because I thought maybe if he did Vegas only, got his qualification, then bounced, and he said, no, I think we're going to do both. I said, okay, because I'm going to whoop your kid at Salt Lake City Futures. So just want him to know. And he giggled at me. He laughed. And they won't be laughing in Salt Lake.
Daniel, those guys are fast.
No, they're not. I went to Oakland Futures. I watched the 85 class. I watched them. I know their capabilities. Yes.
And I know think you've been watching too much lately. Like, you forgot how hard it is.
No, and you act like I didn't choose a round where there's elevation. I'm riding Jacob's bike.
It's not as elevated as you said, though. First you said it was like 5,000 feet. It's actually 3,700 feet.
Look at Danger Boy's 85 is going to run horrible in that.
First off, you said it was a super mini. Isn't that a 105?
Whichever one he wants. I don't care. He can ride whatever bike he wants. All I know is that it's a one lap time challenge, and there's no way he can beat me in one lap. No way.
And I think you might be okay with that. But
I wasn't done that long ago. Like, you act like I haven't raced in a decade.
I get it.
I rode Hangtown a month ago.
He said he was with you, Jacob.
I was, and Jacob was there, and I worked him on that 450 for.
I figured
half
that
a lap or so, right on him.
If you can't see, he's shaking his head.
And that was outdoor. It was muddy. It was muddy, and it was outdoor. And I worked you for about a half a lap, and you were nervous, and you pulled off.
I don't know, and Jake's not confirming it, so I don't know. And here's the thing, Daniel, and I told you, I know you're a bad dude, and I think off the couch you could make an Arena Cross main event. But what worries me is there's going to be some dude who's been training for a year who's at this event, and I said, can you settle for third? And your response was, no, I'm going to win. So that worries me a little bit. I want you to keep it in one piece.
Here's a question. Could Hayden Deegan be top 18 at the Triple Crown this last weekend on his 85?
I don't know.
No, because 3 weeks of prep.
Listen, I know there's a couple dudes in that main. I'm not saying their names,
prep.
But I think he might be able to take them.
3 weeks. 3 weeks of prep. What, Jacob?
You said 3 weeks of prep?
3 weeks of prep. I'm in the Triple Crown.
Hold on, let me break down how this is going to go. You're going to go the first week. You're so sore you can't ride the second week, and then you're going to loosen up on the third week. And go, oh my God, I need more time.
And then go right off the easiest Dragons back in Supercross history, right into the Triple Crown.
Okay. Oh man, the Dragon's back. You just won't let it go.
You won't let it go. You won't. You
brought it up. You brought it up.
You need to convert. You need to convert.
Judge Joe just said you brought it
up. Jacob, was that Dragon's back sketchy? What? Not what happened, but was the Dragon's back sketchy?
From the TV, it looked like once it got broken down, the guys were just going over it so fast that it did make it sketchy. Yeah.
So they made it sketchy, but it wasn't.
Well, once it breaks down, one's high, one's low. They said it in the press conference. Eli said the last one wasn't even basically there, which makes it even scarier. So they were going off of it so fast that, it made that section sketchy.
What he said. Okay, so if they built that and they didn't make it into he didn't make it into such a a double, and then also you make the last one bigger, that's fine, right?
That was the smallest Dragon's back I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's part of the problem, Daniel.
No, the problem is these riders had no respect for the
When's the last time you hit a Dragon's is what I really want to know.
Bring it. Go build one.
What was the year?
Go build one in the backyard. I'll do it. First lap. No knee braces.
I can promise A2 Dragons, you wouldn't even have doubled off that thing.
Which one was that one?
Scariest Dragons I've ever hit.
Where? Before the finish line?
Yes.
Yeah, see how sketchy that one was? What happened to anybody?
Hold on, what was that? I missed
A2 before the finish line. Did anyone nose into the finish line because it was so, Dragon's back, let's get rid of Dragon's backs? No.
There were some crashes, but it was because the Dragons was actually massive there.
Yeah. I can't remember, was that into a double?
Into the finish line jump.
Yeah, right into the finish line double.
Right before.
No, but I mean, Dragon's back to a double. You didn't hit Dragon's back onto a flat, or
Yeah, it was.
It was like a landing. Like the first free practice, they had a big landing, and then they kind of tapered it down a little bit, so you couldn't really do what happened at Dallas or Arlington.
See how they did that? That's common sense. I'm just saying.
Right or air.
I'm not saying you can't have Dragon's backs. I'm saying sometimes they need a little adjustment.
Law Tigers are on my side. They're on my side.
Sue me over this?
I just want to let the people know Daniel Blair is not qualifying for Triple Crown after 3 weeks of prep.
I could.
I think with
East
6
Coast.
weeks. 6 weeks. I'm okay with that. I think that's pretty fair with 6 weeks.
More prep, yes. 3 weeks, no.
I would have a hard time qualifying because I'd be a little afraid on the gate. But if it was just pure lap time, I could beat Koga on the West.
No, Koga's
Yes, I could.
good.
Yes, I could.
Koga's
Jacob,
fast.
not in the whoops. Jacob,
Well, you're a self-proclaimed jumper.
I could do both.
The time it's going to take you to learn the track, and then by
3
that
weeks.
time,
3
no. At the race, the time it's going to take you to learn the track,
3
and
laps.
then by that time, you're going to be tired, and that one lap is not going to be that good.
I'll bet you I'm on the same second as the Futures guys at Salt Lake City.
What's your resting heart rate?
Probably 130.
His walking heart rate is 160.
I got time to prepare. I got the Tiger on my side. Joe, let's take a break. Come back with listener questions.
Main event moto.
If you're a true Motohead, then motosport.com is your only choice when it comes to OEM or aftermarket parts for your bike. And when it comes to servicing your bike or giving it the punch you need to perform, it's EMT Racing. With motosport.com, you can get everything you need for your bike with great pricing and ridiculous speed on shipping. And with EMT, it's simple. Take your bike to the experts.
2020 is the year EMT takes over the performance world. If you don't know, now you know.
Your Bat Bros choose motosport.com and EMT Racing, and you should too. Motoheads, do you want to stand out on and off the track? Make sure to check out Viral Moto for your jersey lettering and apparel needs. That's viralmoto.com.
Because having a blank jersey is about as bad as Vincent's golf game.
And when it's time to get a screen printing project done for your business or personal use, you have one choice. It's screenprintingdone.com.
Neil is the man. You know those Main Event Moto sweatshirts you're wearing? Yeah, Neil at Screen Printing Done did those.
You know that sick new Viral Moto shirt you're wearing? Yeah, Neil did those too.
We like to look good. That's why we choose Viral Moto and ScreenPrintingDone.com.
All American Chevrolet in Killeen, Texas is a proud supporter of Main Event Moto and invites all the Moto heads to experience the difference for all of your Chevy sales and service needs. Mention Main Event Moto and get 50% off your next oil change and a front-end alignment at no charge. Remember, whether you're hauling your bikes to the weekend track, trail, or race, or commuting to the job that pays for your moto habit, we have the truck to get you there in style. Visit us online anytime at ChevyKilleen.com. That's all American Chevrolet of Killeen. Chevy, find new roads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
Ooh, I'm not going to argue with you guys anymore about it.
There's another.
I'm getting number 125 graphics on the bike. All new Fly gear, Formula helmet. Rob Beams is helping me. I got a trainer. Our program starts 3 weeks before Salt Lake City, and 3 weeks on the bike. But before that, I'll definitely start. I'll do some sit-ups and stuff before then. But
I'm sorry, your roommate here, Jacob. I would trust.
He's 13 years old on an 85. It's nothing. I could probably do it today. Ooh. 3 weeks is me being.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this, dude.
I like the spice.
Those kids from Monster Cup went out to my local track when I was riding, and I do okay. And I look at, I'm not on your level, but I do okay. And I was like, damn, these kids just have no fear. I think you're underestimating Deegan. You're underestimating him.
I'm prepared. Look, when I walked the track in Oakland with Evan, he's like, Dad, what do I do in this section? I'm like, quiet, son. I'm studying for myself. And I'm telling you, the track couldn't be better for me. It's a mellowed out Supercross track. They keep the whoops, sorta.
You did say one logical thing, and you timed out the motos, so you'll have a better prep track than the minis, which I'm all for that. That'll help.
And I did. Trust me, elevation. The 85s are the early and late motos, so the track will be trash for him, and it'll be great for me, right in the middle. Dude, you act like I don't have a very layered strategy behind this thing. I will work him. It's not even a problem.
It's a layered strategy that's built on like cards.
And I got the tiger
Built on
my
lies.
side. I got the tiger on my side, whatever. Do you realize how into me Maggie's going to be when I just dominate futures at Salt Lake? She ain't divorcing me.
Okay.
Rekindle the flame.
Uh-oh.
All right. Listener question. Scott USA Prospect Goggles. I'll be getting some new prospects for futures.
Hey, you got to try the Furies too. They're good.
Nah, I'll go with the high dollar ones because...
Prospect, yeah. I mean, they're basically the same frame, but Fury's a little bit thinner strap. I like that.
All right, Joe, bring it. Scott, you say prospect listener questions. Jacob Hayes is here too. He's standing. I don't think he wants to talk, but I might make him say a thing or two. How you doing, buddy? By the way, I haven't seen you in a while. You in Canada for a week? How was it?
It was really cold. A lot of snow.
Building a snowman.
Enjoyed myself though.
Snowmobile. How was it?
It was sick. Those things are fast.
Yeah.
Almost flipped it. Got a little scared.
You're safe. You're here. You're good. All right.
And I'm happy he showed up. We finally got a voice of reason.
Voice of reason.
I'm here, Cooks.
You got about the...
Yeah, that's right. Well, okay, we got two voices of
But
reason.
I'm becoming less of a voice of reason. G-Day 332, no booze.
The guy
for,
who doesn't want Triple Crowns anymore. Joe has lost all...
No Triple
reason.
Crowns.
I think there's 3-1 on Triple Crowns.
Jacob, do you like Triple Crowns or no? If you had your choice, would you do away with them or leave them?
Do away.
My God. You're a sissy like the rest
And
of them.
for entertainment value, I do like it, and I do think there's something to work with. But it's just right now we're mortgaging too many guys, and it's anticlimactic.
Yeah.
So use some common sense and make a couple changes.
Especially on an East Coast track. At Phoenix, it worked. It was hard packed.
Did you just say especially?
Especially.
That's not...
Especially.
There's an X in there.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, my southern accent is not working for you.
because
That was exceptional.
It's the South that brings out the X and especially. All right, Joe, let's go.
G-Day 332, no booze for RJ. Laughing face emoji. Tomac learned from his gate pick in M1. KTM taking an empty truck next week.
I'm hearing Cooper will be back next week. And then what was the first thing?
No booze for RJ.
No booze for RJ. It wasn't 50 mile an hour.
We already addressed
We punish results, not incidents.
Wait.
Yeah. We can read people's minds and judge intent.
Yes, we don't judge intent. We punish result. Opposite
Or
of what
something
they
like
should.
that. Okay.
Brad Ross 85. Is this the end for Dragons backs?
Yes.
Nope.
No, it's not.
Nope. If I'm the track crew, I'm building 3 of them next week. Just to let them know, like, look, you ain't going to complain and get your way. I'm building 3 sets.
They're going to use common sense and fix them.
There's nothing wrong with that one at all.
BIG.DOS. Is Osborne the Tedesco of this decade?
The Tedesco.
Meaning he kind of came in with a little hype, but he was a little older.
2-time
and-
champ. Okay, yeah. A little older. Yeah, Ivan wasn't as old as Zach, I don't think.
No. But he was older for the time. Now guys are a little older.
No, Ivan Tedesco had a bad run of always getting signed to a factory team the year that a new model of a bike came out. He was like the test dummy on every bike that ever Suzuki, Honda. He got the bad year Honda, the bad year Suzuki, the bad year he had bad timing on his deals. He always was the first year model guy, and I think that held him back more than anything. Next one.
K-Frame Wayne. More likely to get jumped by multiple riders, the last hump on the Dragon's back or RJ Hampshire?
The Dragon's back.
The Dragon's back got 3 of them, and RJ got 2 of them. So the perfectly fine Dragon's back gets the nod. Next one.
The riders all hated the Dragon's back unanimously. Even Jacob, who was watching on TV, does not like it.
Cody_RG, how do people like Greco afford to go to all these races despite never even being close to making a main?
Night show money. 450 night show money is pretty decent these days. Enough to keep going.
Is it though?
Enough to keep going.
I mean, what is it like? $1,200. You pay $250 to sign up.
You know what it is, Jacob?
Race gas, bike, travel. There's no way, man.
Look,
somebody's got to be helping him out. Now, I was
a little
curious.
bit.
Does he work during the week? Or?
I'm sure he'll get sponsors, and these guys that, and what they're talking about is guys that make the night show but don't make the mains. The money's good enough to keep you going, and then during the off season, maybe I'm giving lessons. I'm not 100% sure, but it obviously works because there's a lot of guys that keep coming back every year. Devin Raper, he's there. I mean, he's how many years in a row? He's always there.
Dude, I've gone into depth on this, and I think these guys are either breaking even or losing money, and they have people supporting them.
Probably
Feld would be, and I know. Hold on, just tune out. This is Cooksey Media stuff because I don't want to get you in trouble.
Oh my gosh, here we go. What?
No, they need to build the middle class. take a percentage of the sale. Like the way I figure it, the purse is paid out at about 8%. Every other professional sport is closer to 50 or 45 at the least. 8% is what I figure just from the gate fees paid back to the riders.
And that's your own math?
Let's up that.
That's your math?
I'll check out the article. I'll break it down for you.
Cookseymedia.com.
Yeah. But if we just gave them 30%, those dudes would be doing just fine, making money. We'd have a more solid middle class where people would actually learn these riders and would help the program. Because if the factories decide to pull out right now, who's paying these guys?
They don't pull out.
Have you seen sales on dirt bikes lately?
You seen the pits at the Supercross?
You can look right in front of you. I'm looking 10 years out.
This is the same argument that was made 10 years ago, and they're all still there instead of
They were
Suzuki,
wrong 10 years ago.
which has nothing to do with
They
anything.
didn't have UTVs 10 years ago. I go in
still doing
dealerships
this.
every day, and I see what's happening, and I think they need to pay
Rider
attention.
salaries are going up. Team budgets are going up. So, whatever.
Are they going up, Jacob?
He don't know.
Yeah, I think you have more people in the pits. I think the sport's bigger. I mean, dude, just look at the 450 class. Look how many high-paid athletes are just in the 450 class alone.
Yeah, it was
Okay, my point is
nothing like
they're
this
paid
before.
by these factories who are losing sales on dirt bikes. They're not selling as the same amount they used to. So that money it's got a
They
shelf
have
life.
never, ever,
It's
ever
got
ran
a
their
shelf
factory
life.
programs based off their sales. It's never been that. This is their this is their marketing, but
that's
part
what
of
I'm
their
saying.
marketing budget.
Why would they market to dirt bike guys if they're just selling UTVs now?
Because it doesn't matter. Why does Alpine Star spend $1 bajillion a year to wrap these riders in gear when they don't sell gear here?
I've got a whole different theory on Alpine Star that is definitely Cooksey Media
branding.
stuff. So
It's branding. It's Yamaha, Honda. They brand.
I
they use
can't even say
Supercross
it,
as a way
'cause-
to brand. It has nothing to do with bike sales. Nothing. If it did, then we'd have a problem. But it's
that
not.
thought process you got right there is what's going to get us in trouble. I said you got to look a little further
My
out.
thought process is
And
just
if
a reality. It's not even a
think
thought process, it's just
you
a
don't
reality.
think
It's
if
what it
they
is.
you don't think if they shared a percentage with these riders, a decent percentage, that it would make the sport stronger?
I don't know 1% of the business side, so I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion on things I don't know about.
Okay, we'll just break it down. There's $50
All I know about
seats
is Dragon
at $45,000.
All I
And
know
you break
about
it
is-
down, and I know how much the sponsors pay. Feld is in the green before the tickets are sold from the dirt, the stadium rental. I talked to Prater. I did an interview with those guys. I've broke it down. I got a good estimate of where it's at.
All I know is that it's crushing it on every level. So, and if it's not in the dealerships, then that has nothing to do with Supercross.
But it
a lot
does,
of the people
'cause-
that ride don't even race. They ride trails. It has nothing to do with Supercross. Every part of Supercross is crushing it. Every part from TV to live
sorry,
attendance
man.
to the factories to the rider salaries to their gear deals to everything.
How do we
Everything
call- okay.
is crushing it. So
If the sport doesn't actually pay any money, could you imagine if football went, hey, Tom Brady, you know what? We give you a lot of exposure and you make money from Haynes. We don't need to pay you for this.
that's a great out-the-box idea. All I'm saying is paying
that's
Josh,
what's happening here.
Paying
So-
Josh Greco more money to make the night show doesn't change anything in the sport at all. 0% change.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
all.
does.
No,
it makes
doesn't.
it more prestigious to be a guy like Josh Greco, which actually keeps better dudes around.
And how does
it
that
makes
move
a
the
stronger
needle?
field
And
all
how
the
does
way
that-
through.
And how does that move the needle in any way whatsoever? The field is the deepest and gnarliest it's ever been right now. So it doesn't.
So the
move
sport's
needle.
just capped out. It will never get bigger. What I'm saying is if you got the
Still
same
growing.
guys, the Ben LeMays and the guys that can still build a name, they're marketable if they focused on it and were there every year. Unfortunately, they can't because there's not that much money there. I'm not saying make them a whole ton of money. I'm just saying share a little bit more. And I get it. And I know that you're part of the machine and you have to say that.
It's not even that. It's
yes, but
free market capitalist.
And here's
over
the
here,
thing:
man.
well,
Supply and demand. All I'm
I
saying
get
is supply and
And
demand.
these teams
So-
won't get together and demand what they should make
Yeah,
this
the teams-
actually a professional sport.
the
'Cause
reason the teams don't is 'cause they're killing it too.
Every professional sport is paid off of the sport, right? So somebody could not have a sponsor and make money off that sport, right? Show me another professional sport that you have to have sponsor to make a living.
I don't know, but the teams aren't
Is there
doing
one?
bad. The teams aren't doing bad when they have one rider in the semi and there's like
NASCAR.
9 people, nine
No, have you
nine
seen the
staff.
purses in NASCAR? It's
yeah,
deep.
oh, it's deep.
Yeah,
real
It's a
deep.
different sport. It's completely different.
I know. I'm just saying professional sports in general. How do we call this anything more than an exhibition if there's no money paid? It's paid, but it's not from the sport.
It's a different sport, different model, and it works because it's still working. So, and it's continuing.
It works because it works. That's a brilliant plan.
Oh, it's as good as. But I'm just saying.
I'm not saying it's going to blow up, and I'm not saying it's going to go away. But I'm saying I could. You give me this series, and I could make a couple changes in 10 years. I'll have it
But
twice. as
how
big.
would you do that when you don't know anything on the back end at all?
I do though. I know a lot more than you. You don't know what I know. How do you know what I know?
Because you don't know more than I know, and I don't know. So that's why.
So you're assuming I don't know what you don't know. Do you know how much the sponsors pay to be a part of it?
I know a lot more than then you think I know that. I think that you thought I would. What is that from?
I don't know.
Dodgeball. Yeah. Whatever. It's a meaningless conversation.
Well, we can't get too deep into it because we'll get in trouble.
And it's not about getting in trouble.
Yes,
Again, I'm a free market capitalist, and it works, and it's continued to work.
Well, what I've literally told Sean, and I said, you'll make more money if you do it this way. They'll make more money. They'll take a little bit of a hit the first couple of years. They will make more money overall. They'll build and then when you have to make changes to the series, if you're sharing a profit amount, oh yeah, you know what? Triple Crowns, we might not hate them so bad because the ratings are up. And guess what? Jacob gets more money.
Eli Tomac hates Triple Crowns. He's making a lot of money. It's not going to affect 1 inch of his thought process if you give Josh Greco more money. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with anything.
To pop in on the Triple Crown thing, like last night, I'm watching it, and I'm a racer, and I've raced Triple Crowns this year, and dude, I was confused. They didn't even, like the event results and who was on the track currently racing, they would just randomly flash it on screen, and I'm like, whoa, Tomac is leading. Why does it have Anderson leading? And dude, like, I was so confused, and I'm a racer.
Because you're all homeschooled.
No, dude, it just
the best
flashes on the screen so quick.
Line,
best line ever. Jason Anderson's line at the press conference was absolutely
who said that they were good at math? Shane?
Shane did.
Yeah,
of course.
Shane.
Of course Shane did.
He looks like a math teacher.
Next one, Joe. Oh my gosh. So to your point, what did he say? Josh Greco? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. My God. Next one.
The point is, I could take the series and do a lot with it if you just let me.
Okay. I live in reality, so it's not going to happen. It's doing just fine.
Jesus.
Conor Rawlers, Jordan Smith ever going to catch a break? ?
Broke his wrist.
He said it. I thought it. He said it. I mean, he's put himself in a good spot. He's been just, I don't know. I already talked about it.
It's when he went to pro circuit, everybody that goes to pro circuit, Mitch has this kind of magic. You're just expected to do better. I expected a big increase and I haven't seen it. And
yeah,
for whatever the reason,
we talked
sucks.
about it.
Yeah.
I think it's just something to do with his wrist. Next one.
Cody, 975 Piscatelli.
My boy.
I'm already exhausted. What does Cody have to say?
Oh, easy on Cody. That's my guy.
Same here. He says, DB.
Yeah, he brings in some things sometimes.
This is a good one. You're going to like this one. He says, DB, give us a story about Tiger Lacey.
Oh, man. My God, I don't even...
While you're thinking about it, I was so stoked when I saw his kid, and his name is...
Lynx.
Lynx.
I think I felt when I met him for the first time.
That was incredible.
Yeah, Tiger passed away, and Lynx was 1 year old, and I never met him. And then the day or 2 days before Oakland Supercross, I got to meet him, and him and Evan hung out and played, and I was like, man, my eyes were watering watching that little guy.
They got to keep that going, like Puma, Bobcat.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Cougar,
really cool.
Panther.
And I didn't know him, but I followed his career because he was kind of like your level. And
Tiger was awesome.
That was weird. I don't want to get into it and get you all sad, but man, that was just crazy how that happened.
Really, really, really bad. I'll think of one, Joe. Just ask the next question.
JMudge843. Can we interview P4 from the LCQ instead of P1?
How about P5?
Yeah, P5. Bring up the guy with the check. Remember they used to do that?
Bring up 4 and 5 Oh, they used to do that.
Oh, well, you're going to have to separate them because they're usually in a fight.
So now you got taken out this week by... Who took him out? Marquier?
No, yeah, him and Marquier went down together. They cleaned each other out in that turn. Yes.
So now he was on the receiving end. They didn't take each other out. He got hit.
But Marquier actually got hurt.
73 on the Honda. It was Marquier.
Yeah, Marquier, but Marquier jumped into him. They went down, and Marquier did get hurt.
Yeah, Joe, they used to bring up 5th in the LCQ. They used to bring him up on the podium and give him a gas card, because you didn't make the main, $250 gas card. And it was the worst interviews ever. These guys were so sad. So sad. They're like,
it was rough. The
congratulations. And they're holding this card, and they're just like, this is cool, but it was brutal, dude.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Thanks.
That reminds me of that time that Daniel won, and then he threw the check down and stomped on it and said,
What?
He's better than that. You remember that whole fiasco?
I do, and I know who wrote that now. And I'm really disappointed. Apparently, someone said that I threw a gas cart on the ground, stomped off, and said this is the biggest embarrassment of my life, which I might have said that. But they said that I threw the check on the ground and stomped off like the little baby that I am. And I even called Janolfi. And what is this?
Is that Heather Voss?
The 32nd board girl is like dancing.
She's grinding.
When is this?
This is
this is pre-Monster?
Yeah.
No.
This is the Amp Mobile days.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, Joe, I know who said that. I even confirmed with Janolfi that didn't happen, and he would say it did if it did. That didn't happen, and I know who said it, and I'm disappointed. Very disappointed.
Not mad, I'm disappointed.
I'm super disappointed.
Who said it?
Next question.
Who was it?
Victor _ G251.
Yeah, Victor said it.
Victor did not say it.
He's got a couple things. He says, how about that move from RJ to Sexton? Sexton saying he knows what's coming in the second main. No penalty for RJ. That was way more obvious than Ferrandis on Craig.
Let's just drop the whole penalty thing.
Yeah.
That was can I say it was bullshit what they did to Ferrandis. Let's not do penalties. I'm all for frontier justice. Look what happened to Anderson, and Anderson's okay with it.
Street
you know what?
justice.
Hey, if you're gonna shove Brayton off, don't be pissed when he comes back on you. He was cool with it. And you know what? Hats off to Anderson on that one. I'll give him 100% credit.
Mm-hmm.
Anderson owned that and said, Anderson took it like a man who likes to play that game. He took it just
live by the sword, die by the sword, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. Next one. Ooh, Tiger Lacey story. I raced a fair race one time in Montana. And when I used to do these fair races, I was always like, man, who's going to show? Because it would affect like my money. I could walk out with $1,000 or $5,000 based on who was there. And it's like right before practice, I got my gear. I'm at the gate ready to go. And I'm like, dude, Tiger's not coming to this? Like, how does he not know about this race? There's no way he doesn't know about this race. And I'm riding. Well, he doesn't. I go out and practice, feeling good, whatever. Right before the first moto of the night, dude, here comes Tiger in with his van. He's late because Tiger's late to everything. Pulls on in, dude. What's up, dude? I thought practice was 3. It was a 1. And I'm like, damn it, he's here. But he didn't practice, so at least I'll get these first couple motos on him. And he goes right out with no practice, hole shots, and wins the first moto of the night with no practice. And he was that guy. And I remember that night being so pissed because I was so happy he wasn't going to be there. I'm thinking bigger payday.
Yeah, you're already counting the money.
Dude shows up with no practice and beats me in the first moto. So that's Tiger Lacey for you. He had that skill.
This is the 07 Supercross that we're watching, and Doc Bodner looks so young.
He's pulling David Villeman off.
Look at this.
That's Heather Voss, right?
I don't know.
Grinding.
Something's going on there.
I don't know. I can't believe that.
I had to rewind it just to double check.
I can't believe that was happening.
Birdie _ VLB. Kenny is just way too nice in the races to become champion. And props to Chaparral Honda for not allowing their guys to take part in the fake starts.
They don't allow them?
Well, Chaparral guys didn't partake in the real starts either.
Dude, that's cold. Easy. Yeah, they've been good this year.
Bloss was. Jerry
got into Triple Crown, and they both got in the main last week in Tampa. Both Starling and.
Yeah. But what I want to know is your guys' opinion on, is Kenny too nice to be a champion?
And we talked about this a little bit before. It's weird because he gets in those mains, and I don't know if you watch him the first couple laps, and a lot of the times he's next to Tomac, and everyone thinks Tomac's starts are so bad and his are so good. It's those first couple laps he goes into warp speed, and it's almost like after 3 or 4 laps he settles in and realizes, oh my god, I just take those risks, and just finds a groove. It's weird. I don't know how to. Daniel, you can expand on it.
I don't know what to say about it. I don't. It's not that he's too nice, because I've seen him. I mean, he fought back with Eli this week, so it's not that he's too nice. It depends on, okay, if Webb's 26 points out and he goes to Atlanta and say he's not physically ready to go and win, because he has to win pretty much now. Like, he's got to win a bunch. And let's just say it's a 2-man race. It just seems to me like Eli is like so locked in. Like, he's finally found everything, where Kenny still seems like he's searching to me. And maybe that's with the bike, himself, whatever. It's not that he's too nice. I'm just nervous that he's not ready to go one-on-one with someone that's got it all figured out, because I think Eli does. So I don't know how to answer that question. I don't think the nice part is it, as much as
some sort of a mental block when it's well, like you say, yeah. When it's 1-on-1 with him and Webb, I go with Webb every time, and same with Tomac. But he wins when he gets so far ahead that they can't compete.
Yeah, it seems like he wins when he crushes them.
But if it's close,
and if it's close, then I'll go Eli, and if it's even closer, then I go Webb because these guys fold on Cooper, man, like late. So okay. I don't see him being able to, at least to this point, battle and grind one out. Like St. Louis and the Triple Crown, he smoked all four. I mean, well, he fought Eli in the first one pretty solid, but the other ones he just smoked them.
Well, it's because he was so far out there.
Yeah, when he crushes it, what? Let's ask why.
Jacob just moved up and had a question for Daniel.
No, it's Maggie. I need to get the Law Tiger.
Maggie just heard about you talking about the race. You're busted.
Joe, get the Law Tigers on the phone. All right. The Law Tigers on the phone.
Hey, can we talk about what you said? Hold on. You said Tomac's. You think the season's over?
Oh yeah, it is.
You think Tomac's just going to run away with it?
Yeah.
Now, I agree with you that there is a different Tomac that we're seeing this year, and he looks more confident, and it just doesn't look like Levi. Levi stayed home this year, but I won't believe it until he gets a couple rounds of this no mistake thing. He's
1-4 of 8. He's locked in. His starts are better. It's over.
With Webb coming back next week, not getting
26. Webb's 26 points down, and if he comes back this weekend, that's amazing. But is he going to come out this weekend and win the next 3? I mean, the dude just
probably he's a warrior, dude.
What about Carrot Top Kenny?
Carrot Top.
I agree, and you can't write off. You cannot write off Kenny. I don't see how. Saying it's over after 7 rounds, I think that's just too soon.
Reality
it's Eli Tomac. He's got 31 wins and no championship.
Reality is, it's over when you're holding the trophy above your head with the number 1 plate, which Eli will be doing in Vegas. It's over.
So you're using some common sense there.
Do you mean Salt Lake City or Vegas?
No, he's going to clinch a week early. So in Vegas.
Got you.
It's over.
He's not going to
clinch
Vegas.
Left.
No, you're right. Probably Foxborough. Next one.
If he wins, he wins. Honestly, that's the only way he wins. Because if it goes tight, I don't pick Eli ever.
If it goes tight, you're not going to pick Eli in Vegas and Salt Lake, the 2 best stadiums he has on the circuit?
No.
It's over. Anyways, next one.
Left 285. Can we be done talking about a single fast lap? Let's talk about a 3 to 5 lap average. That will tell you who is consistent and not just a gym class hero.
That's a good idea. They should change the qualifying to where they take your 3 fastest laps and do your average, and that's how you qualify in. That's genius.
No, but what they should do...
He's not even listening. He's watching the race.
What they should do is each session and combine your 2 fastest laps in each session because they make track changes and all sorts of weird stuff, so you have to be fast in both sessions. So it's an overall between the 2.
That would be... I like that too. I don't like how it is right now. So... either do that or you take your 3 fastest of the day, merge them together and get an average. Something to where it's not just the one heater, because the one heaters are just, it's who could be the wildest. Again, you want to blame Adam's crash on anything? Blame the qualifying format, not the Triple Crown. Because that dude is a 1 lap, he will give it everything he's got for that 1 lap. So blame that over the Triple Crown format.
Okay, that's just maturity though. There's no bonus for that. There's no reason.
Yes, there is.
Like Kenny, for being the fastest guy?
Yeah, they get bonuses for that.
They don't get a bonus point.
They get bonus money.
Not from the series.
From their team.
How much do they get from their team?
I think 250s is $5,000. I'm assuming 450s is probably 10.
Is it worth it for Adam right now?
He made $70,000 the first 7 weeks.
If he wins one race, he makes
whatever it is.
A hell of a lot more than that.
I know, but there's a bonus.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't think it's worth it, and I
don't think it is either. But some guys like it.
Like Kenny, I don't know. And I asked him about the press conference where he started jumping. He was the first guy to start jumping.
Oh, I know, that was
smart. And it was full on just working that technique.
Yeah, but he was smart. He said on his slow laps, he started jumping just so that he could figure it out for later. That was really smart on his part. Next one.
Once he realized he was in the top 5.
Yeah.
This kind of goes back to what we were talking about a minute ago. This is from JGO Early 124. Does the old saying, what wins on Saturday sells on Monday, still apply to the moto scene?
Never has.
Seems like bike shootouts and social media have way more influence than what's winning.
Has nothing to do with winning.
Okay, I completely disagree. And I go to these shops, and when Yamaha was just dogged, they could not get rid of those 450s. Go to any Suzuki shop, they cannot move them right now. They're dumping them for like $6,000. Yes, it matters. It does matter. Absolutely.
Results have nothing to do with bike
So,
sales.
Cooks, you're saying who's winning?
Whoever wins,
the bike
absolutely, sales? And the local track, and everybody says, "Oh, the bike's garbage." Even though it really does have no effect.
Look on screen right there. Let's run through some generations. Let's go. Travis Pastrana, Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, Chad Reed, Ryan Dungey. How much did Suzuki have to win to not sell anything ever? It has nothing to do with winning. Ever.
When's the last time you went to a dealership?
Last week.
How many different ones you go to?
One.
Dude, I go to a whole bunch, and I'm telling you, it matters. Do you remember the Yamahas, like the 16s, 15s, that they could not give away because once Reed came out against it?
Why couldn't they? Because that bike sucked.
Did it suck?
It sucked.
It didn't suck that bad.
It sucked.
It didn't suck that bad. For the average rider, it didn't matter.
Dude,
just like the Suzuki's now. It doesn't matter. But they look at it and it gets beat on Saturday, so people just go with what's winning. How many people buy those race replica? What about the race replica bikes? How do those do? They fucking sell out every year.
Yeah, because that's rich vets who buy bikes that come tricked because it's cool. Then they ride one lap and they're scared of it and they're like, it's still sick. It's not because it's winning. It's because it's sick and they want to spend money. Straight up. It's nothing to do with it. Never.
Yeah, you're crazy. You're crazy. It does matter. I don't know if it matters as much as it used to, but it still matters.
No. It's based on where you can get a deal and who your closest dealership is.
If it was based on getting a deal, Suzuki's would be the top selling bike right now.
Deal like where are you, other than them, they don't count. Sorry, Suzuki, but you don't count. You know, we do that little industry power ranking every week. I feel so bad every week putting Suzuki in 6th. One of these weeks, I'm going to put them 1 just to screw up the algorithm.
Make sure I'll do it too, and we'll see if we can mess.
The manufacturer power rankings are like,
I don't know. Us two putting it 1 just won't even affect it because I think everybody just goes 6.
All right, next one. How many more? Because I'm tired.
I know. I can tell he's trying to bounce.
I don't know, you little biggity. There's like 6 more. You're fine.
6. Come on, man.
TaylorMade 399. Why did you break Race Day Live, Daniel?
Cause next one.
Break Race Day Live.
I don't understand. What is that?
We had a problem. It was Jeremy Martin's fault. He unplugged a cable.
Did he really?
No, I just told him that on the show, and he thought it was funny. I have no idea what happened, but we had a little issue,
technical difficulty,
like a 3-minute little deal.
Can we talk about the beef you started?
Beef?
Yeah, your boy Steve Mathis.
That's not beef.
You want to explain what you did?
Well, no, it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. I mean, he wasn't that impressed, but whatever. It was funny.
He gave props to everybody on the Fly Radio show except for Steve.
I take shots at Steve all the time. It's fun. He acts mad. He likes it.
I know.
Next one.
Victoria McCauley 18. Now that Coop and Marv are both down, maybe JS7 and Chad Reed 2-2 will be the Red Bull KTM fill-ins.
Nope. Next one. 4 more.
Yeah, that's not happening.
_Will Goodwin _. What makes a factory bike so good? Like, what did they change on the bike that other non-factory teams can't also do to their bikes?
What do you think, Cooksey? I feel
did you see that wire?
I feel like we're going to argue about it.
Did you see that wire they had on Coop's bike, the fork, just to measure? It was from like
as a privateer.
Oh yeah, look who wants to talk.
Yeah, Jacob here. Come on in here.
Come on in, buddy.
Yeah, why are we talking, Jake? Go.
As a privateer.
And how would you know?
I wouldn't, but as a privateer,
sorry,
that's cold.
I feel that a lot of resources that the team can do with data. I mean, for crying out loud, I think Tomac's team has a data reader on his shock, so it's almost impossible to get it wrong, in my opinion. Yes, you still can get things wrong because you have to have a feel, and that is all about being comfortable, and the rider likes a certain feel. And data can say one thing and you can still feel something different. I get that. But they have a lot of resources to go back Monday and say,
okay, here's an example.
A lot of resources.
Here's an example. We'll use Jacob as an example. Jacob's 6th in points. And he showed up at Anaheim 1 with suspension and engine that he had never used, hoping that it's good. Now, he lucked out because we did our research. We knew who the engine guy would be the best, suspension guy would be the best for him. He showed up at Anaheim, hoping, fingers crossed, that this bike is going to be okay. Factory teams have 3 months and a staff like you wouldn't believe to make sure that the rider has every single thing you could ever imagine and things that you can't get from Japan and things that they R&D right there in-house. Yamaha does a lot of their own fab in-house. That's the difference between a privateer and a factory is unlimited resources and putting together a power staff of people with insane experience and an unlimited budget to make sure the bike is right. Where a privateer shows up at Anaheim 1 and they hope that it's good. And sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. Eric Nye, he rode for a privateer team 1 year and it took 3 rounds for the bike to even run. It wouldn't even run for 3 weeks. So again, Jacob, your team, the Penrite guys, you guys are good privateer teams where you put good people in play. You use Twisted, you use what I don't know what they use for suspension, but you put together the best you can for what you have. But it's still like, I hope this works for me, where a factory team is 3 months of unlimited testing and development to make sure it's perfect.
And I think it's closer than it's ever been, but it's like he said, the data acquisition, and that's what that was on the front of Coop's bike to measure the fork and what it's doing. And I'm like, I've never even seen anything like that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so they can back up what he says, and where you were close and you're hoping it's good, they don't even have to guess.
They have suspension dyno, and that's 10 years ago. They've had suspension dynos for a decade.
This looked like a suspension dyno in action while he was riding press day.
Then how come, if that's the case, then how come we're not at the point in technology where the riders have a switch on their handlebar where they can adjust their shock and fork clickers mid-race if they're having a problem? Like, why hasn't that happened yet? Like, if Ken Roxon's like, dude, the shock is too soft, I don't want to pull in, or I'm mid-main event, why can't he couple clicks on his handlebar?
It's been talked about. But a lot of
that's insanely awesome. Like, why hasn't that happened yet?
A lot of that was the riders get confused with that, to make it actually production, the costs didn't balance out. I actually talked to somebody about that.
Could you imagine, like, if Mitch Payton or Roger DeCoster had access to it, like mid-moto, they're watching, they're like, oh man, I'm gonna give him a little click right here. Rider goes off this, goes to seat bounce. Oops.
Oh, I gave him the wrong click.
Yeah. Anyways, next one, Joe.
DJ KT _115. Shane didn't let DB off the hook with the podium speeches. I think these guys know DB complains about the long ones, and other riders are doing it on purpose. Laughing, crying face emoji.
Shane's wasn't as long as the others, but he gives a long one. But Shane's are good. He's pretty thorough.
They are good.
I thought so.
I listen. I know he's your boy.
CookseyMedia.com.
I'm not a huge. I have zero negative to say except for damn, he gets a lot of cliches in there. It's all about the riding the track in front of me. And
he drops the we a lot.
We and who's we? Because he went from KTM to Yamaha. He's the only guy that left. So why is there we?
I don't know.
It's a team sport.
I feel like Shane.
There's only one dude on the track.
I feel like Shane was heavily influenced by Ryan Dungey and the way he approached things, because he comes across Dungey-ish in his interviews. It's about we, the team. We did this together. We worked hard. Hit my marks. Shane is he's always reminded me of a Dungey style interview, but they're good though. I think he's well spoken, and again, he's not spinning in circles. I feel like he starts here and ends here, and he covers it all pretty well.
But I think it's the same interview every time, and that's why I saw. Yeah, you're right. It's polished. It's almost too polished, and that's why.
Maybe that's what you're noticing.
I do notice it's too polished.
Anyways, that question though, yeah, he wasn't that long. Next one.
Last one.
2 more. Oh, woo, one more.
This is an important one. Zuma 022. How do we keep Supercross exciting but make sure we still have riders left by the end of the season?
All Dragons backs.
There it is. Gift card. Gift card. Yes.
No.
Cooksey, does that guy deserve a gift card?
I don't know. You give it whoever you want. But the Dragons back, how do you keep it exciting? Just use common sense.
Oh my God.
Use common sense. If something's dangerous and Jacob says it's dangerous, we fix it. Right? Oh, he's ignoring me. He doesn't want any part of that.
He's texting.
Cooksey Media will get you in trouble.
Which one of those? So. Who was the one that had the lap time idea? Or the 3 lap times, Joe. I want that guy to get a card. That to me, that is. You hear a lot of ideas here and there thrown around. That one makes sense. 1,000. I mean, I would vote it in right now. So I want to give a gift card to that guy.
And I would say do away with Triple Crowns.
No gift card for Cooksey.
I'm good.
Bigger Dragons backs. Dragons backs have been around since.
I'm okay with Dragons backs. You got me all wrong.
Dude.
It's not about Dragons backs. It's about building it correctly.
The 3 lap time guy was left 285.
Left 285. Sneak in my DMs. Give you a gift card because I like that question. And my final thought on the Dragons backs are: every rider knows what the track is like. They ride it all day long. They're responsible for their own errors. And
should we just put sharks under there too? Maybe some razor blades, because then they'll be responsible for getting over those. I say that
with as much sensitivity as possible, but it's the easiest Dragons back of all time, and y'all knew what you were riding on. That's all I have to say.
Oh.
All right, huge shout out to Fly Racing, Mika Mel, and I really, really, really like Cooper, Adam, and Jimmy. So again, I think you guys should be able to see through the fact that this isn't me being any way other than just honest, but those were rider errors on all 3 parts.
Didn't Joe ban what you just did, saying I really, really like the guy when they say something about to critique them? Or he's a really good guy, but...
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I thought you did it one time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Joe does have final edit control, so if he is not happy with something, he'll take it out. Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, All Me Creations. Get those graphics. Well, get it ready. They're coming soon. Motosport.com, All American Chevy of Killeen, Screen Printing Done, Guts Racing, Scott USA, DRS Suspension, Race Tech, and of course, the Tigers. The Law Tigers. Got my back. Cooksey, thanks for coming in here and just boiling my blood pressure.
You're welcome.
It's been fun.
Oh, and your sponsor, their Guts. Dude, I love those seats. They're good.
They're the best. All right. Later, guys.
Main event motor. Screw it. You know it by now.